Hello there! I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor. Welcome to the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons. Here, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., be it in the hazy hellscape of the northeastern United States or the lovely winter months of New Zealand, we're here with you. So allow me to throw it over to the man who is probably 3 pounds lesser without any facial hair, Mr. Silent Buck.
Hello. Well, guys, how are we feeling this week? I know last week we had a fun enough session. We didn't really have anything too crazy going on. Met our guest star, a dragonborn named Croft. So how are we feeling?
Good.
I'm so ready to murder things.
Yeah, like
I
we're
love that.
so good at murdering.
No, I don't love that. Oh my.
Like I
That's
cannot-
murder.
Sorry,
cannot
Croft.
even describe it.
Ready for it.
Gonna kill all of our special guests.
I believe it, honestly.
I'm sure it'll be an accident.
Mainly. All right. Well, Colt, bring us in.
Okay, I shall bring us in. On last week's Longshots Dungeons and Dragons, Colt was having some morning drinks while being spied on by Rue, and then Colt made things weird. Then Bertram Reynolds showed up, and Colt made things even weirder, to the point where they both left. And then Bertram Reynolds received a message from White Sails, saying that basically he's going to be hanging out with us for a bit. You know, very convenient, totally not plot armor. Anyways, with some unfinished business, there were pirates abound along the Sword Coast, and one of the tasks given to the Longshots was to clear them out for a reward of some sort and some steady income. So, after carefully planning their assault, they took to the air looking for pirates, and they found them, but didn't quite surprise them. After parleying with said pirates, the pirates agreed to no longer assault the Sword Coast, or so they say. If the Longshots dealt with an old friend, a mouthy hider who had come back from the Underdark. They also met a dragonborn named Croft, played by a very special guest, a Chimichanga. Chimichangi. Thanks for coming. I will get your name never. But, so, will this week the Longshots defeat the Hydra? Will they end up slaughtering the pirates? Hey, isn't there a dragon around here? Find out that and more on this week's Longshots Dungeons and Dragons on the High Seas.
Woo!
Woo.
So, last we left, you had just gotten done attempting to send that Hydra from whence it came back to the Underdark when it obliterated due to massive amounts of electrical damage. With blood and gore flying through the air, raining down, much like a wildfire smog.
Ouch.
What do you do?
Bertram will let out a belly full guffaw. Say, ha! That's what happens when you mess with the long shots, and he'll kind of look around for approval.
Alan has his arms crossed and is shaking his head no. No approval from him. Absolutely none.
You just get a thumbs up from Sean Connery. Just, yes.
Oh my god.
What better way to rein in your retirement, good old Sean?
Oh, jeez. I haven't heard jokes like that since I last spoke to Trebek.
Oh, how's that salty dog doing?
I think he runs a show now.
Oh?
Some type of quiz show.
Oh, we'll have to pay it a visit sometime.
Yes, quite.
Well, there's one thing we're good at. It's following the rules of a game show.
Most definitely.
Tragic.
So, he takes from his bag a small sack of gold, passes it over to Croft, and is like, consider that a bonus. That was spectacular.
Oh, well, we aim to please.
He puts his hands on his hips and gestures over to you fine folks. So, will you be staying long, or, should we...
I assume that since the Hydras know more, that the arrangement we have here of you no longer harassing commerce along the Sword Coast will be fulfilled?
Yes, absolutely. I am nothing if not a man of my word. We shall retire.
But I would really hate to look a fool. I would definitely have to come back and rectify that. So I
hate to make anyone a fool.
I appreciate you fulfilling this obligation.
Sean.
Bert.
How will we prove, without bringing back your head, that the pirate threat is now gone?
That is a good point. Croft, if you had to prove to an employer that your work was done, how would you do it?
Depends on what kind of work we're doing. I mean, if we're trying to get rid of a problem, usually ears, thumbs, that type of thing.
Right. Well, suppose...
I see you're kind of attached to yours. That makes it a little bit more difficult.
I do need them. How about this? We take... He looks at the rowboats. Tell you what. I'll go take the plank with the name of the vessel on it. You can return that. Surely you didn't just do your own wood burnings just to prove a point. Surely that should be sufficient.
Out of character. What?
So, you know how ships have names? This particular, the name of the ship on a couple planks, like he'll give you those planks just right out of the ship.
Okay. He'll just kind of scratch his mustache and kind of part it a little bit. I think that would suffice. What do you think, gang?
I low-key feel like we still need a thumb.
He'll kind of give Rue the side. Sorry, I'm not on camera right now, so I can't really look at it.
Is it this? Ooh.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, all right. Gotcha. We'll kind of clear here. So, I think a plank is probably going to be more than enough. I mean, obviously, there was an intense battle. The ship went down, and this was all we found. And we saw some bodies. We didn't feel like poking around. We assumed he's dead. But if any of them do make it to shore and try to get, we're more than happy to wipe them out. And then if no one gets attacked by folks matching your descriptions, then we should all be just shiny about it.
Agreed. And in fact, I think to sweeten the pot just a bit, he takes the pipe from his lips, looks it over one final time. Here, you might find this to be useful as well. He then gestures for two crew members to get to prying out that plank. That pipe there has been in my family for generations. It's quite nice.
Well, between this and the plank, that should probably be more than enough to convince anyone who needs convincing.
Are there any remaining remains of the Hydra before it got teleported?
Whatever is splattered across your face in the deck of this ship.
Would there be anything that would be recognizable to be a Hydra, like body part, that we could take back with us as
Maybe like the lower jaw of one of the heads, perhaps set in with some teeth.
I would love to grab that. Just a little bit of extra reassurance in case a plank isn't enough.
Where are we? Are we outside of Thornhold?
You are not too far away from Thornhold.
I can tell you
right
exactly once I
outside
find
near
that message.
Dead Man.
Where are we in relation to where that dragon attack was?
So, the area that you guys are in is here.
Uh-huh.
The dragon attack, the smaller circle.
I see. Well, I'm going to kind of look at everyone and say, well, if you really take any oomph or damage from that particular scuffle, who's to say we don't come back with a pirate scalp and a dragon hide? Plus, that dragon probably has a horde somewhere around here.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's just go fight a fucking dragon and all die. Let's go.
Okay, sunshine and rainbows. We'll unpack that later.
Wow, she's a dark one, isn't she?
I know, I like
Actually,
that.
that's my job.
It's been a
but
Great vibes.
something
rough.
seems to be
Been a rough-
different.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. You know who's not fine? People who die in these stupid fights.
Right, so that's why you kill them first, and then you have no problem. Right, Sean?
Exactly. You know, what you guys need is a good mercenary.
Oh, do you know any?
I do.
Can we
but
have the dragon?
Oh,
I mean, he's currently employed, but, you know.
How much for him? Your life?
well, I mean, we should probably ask him. I don't think he's selling him to us. But hello.
Well, listen here, Sean. First off, don't worry, we're not taking your life. Thank
God.
now that you're going into retirement, I don't see how you would much need a mercenary in your employment, would you?
No, I suppose that is true. I would actually save a lot on the monthly bills.
Yes, they can be quite expensive. There is quite a bit of gold typically to be found in a dragon's hoard. We may not be able to pay you up front, but we could give you your share of whatever we find if you'd care to join us.
I can't say that I've fought a dragon, at least recently. Sure. The house tam is always in there for some little extra riches. So we'll accept your offer. I would like something in writing though, preferably overseen by Sean as a neutral third party.
Before I was a pirate,
iCommerce Raider.
man of the sea, I was actually a notary public, yes.
Sure. If that will make you feel better, we're more than happy to sign some sort of arrangement after I review it. Captain Connery, do you have on your ship any perhaps extra tents or a wagon? This dragon that we might be going after attacked an encampment at night, and Colt kind of looks at everyone else. I'm thinking we perhaps set up a decoy encampment and see if we can draw it out into the open.
And yes. Wagons, no. Though, for the right price, I could part with something you might find useful.
What's that, Captain?
This lovely carpet I bought from a man in the desert of Aranok. Seems to have a bit of a knack for flight.
Ooh.
Oh. How much?
What do you got?
Again, I would like to say that it's quite clear we could defeat you in battle. Would you like to keep your life?
Okay. Hey, Amatry, could you have Vel like maybe skip some rocks for a little bit? Not the best negotiator at the moment. It's okay. She's very emotional.
Actually, come to think of it, judging by the feelings we're all feeling at this particular moment, what if, just wild thought, we all band together as one happy crew, we find a new spot to do our commercial businesses and, join forces, send you guys as the boarding party, split the bills 60-40.
What if we send you as the decoy bait to the dragon?
I think he's asking us to be pirates with him.
I think
Yeah,
his
I know.
maternal instincts are kicking in.
So, about the whole retiring thing.
That's the plan.
Right. As long as you're retiring from, a life of piracy, we wouldn't want our employer to have questionable thoughts of our intentions and motives. Maybe working alongside the pirates that we were sought out to defeat might not be the best look. No offense to you, my good friend Sean.
Of course.
I think nothing but the world of you, but that doesn't mean the world thinks much of you. You understand?
That's okay. I've always wanted more time for fishing. By the time I was a young lad, I always told myself, when I grow up, I want to be one of the harvesters of the sea.
Yes, absolutely. So,
Well, let's see here. I do have a cursed dagger that you could probably parlay for someone that you don't like down the road.
I think, out of the goodness of my own heart, perhaps you could just take the rug off my hands. It's the least I could do.
Sure.
He whistles. Yep. And, and it comes just flying from below deck. And he goes, "Oh, no. Leave the barrel." And it kind of lowers back down with this barrel of black powder, comes back up, just the carpet itself, and kind of hovers just about a foot off the deck. Are you familiar with flying carpets?
I have had some experience with them, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Not the smoothest ride, a little breezy, little weird footing, but it'll get you where you want to go.
This could be very handy for us to hop between ships, between this and the other one, and to land elsewhere. So this would be a very, very, very handy item to have.
Val is eyeing it suspiciously. Can I do some sort of arcana check or something to, see if there's anything, suspicious, like it's cursed or trapped or anything like that?
Sure. I will say, just glancing it over, we'll say you're looking for any sort of maybe trap.
It's a nat 20
Nat
for 27.
27. Holy shit.
I mean, based on the one you guys had before, it just seems to be a normal flying carpet. No evil runes or anything written on it.
Sean, as much as I appreciate the gesture, and we will take this carpet off of your hands, I could never go and live with myself without repaying a debt from a friend. Why don't you do me a favor? When you've settled down at that sweet little fishing hole that you retire on, send me a messenger pigeon or whatever out of character they use in this universe, and I would love to send you your share of whatever we find at this dragon's lair.
I get a share of the dragon's loot? Well, that... I mean, of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, I will absolutely do that.
Assuming nobody else who has any issues with that, minus Valhalla.
Val glares at him a little bit. It's a little harsh.
He sees you like mechanic underneath the carpet checking for runes. Does everything check out?
I glare at him and just nod reluctantly.
Val, do you want me to charge the carpet?
It's fine.
Okay.
Whoever wants it can have it.
Okay. Well, before this gets a bit more intense, I think we'll be on our way. And
Speaking of intense, allow me to grab your tents.
thank you. Have your crew load those on with the plank, and we will be off. Colt's gonna look at everyone else. Let's reconvene on the deck of the Emetrine 619 in about 20 minutes. We figured out our next moves.
All right.
Okay, I'll take your silence as nods.
He's going to go ahead and go down below deck and grab a couple of tents, have some of his crewmates go and load those up on your top deck there.
Val once again insists on examining the tents.
Seems to be normal tents, nice quality, all-weather tents.
Awesome.
Colt will kind of just wait till everyone kind of gathers around, and once Ametrine gets the ship up into the air, wait for everyone and talk about this dragon.
Well, when you do lift off with a hearty wave and a smile.
Oh, I signed a contract.
Shine.
Signed a contract too.
Oh, perfect.
Take it.
Croft, were there any stipulations to your contract?
Croft doesn't really care about it. More the intent behind. Hey, this is what I'm supposed to do, right? He's not, strictly speaking, the best mercenary. More just likes the fighting aspect and the storytelling.
Formal arrangement, sure.
You just see him copying his old contract, just like tracing out the words.
Okay.
I like to imagine that canonically, as Bert and Sean Connery leave, we do the whole Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger arm grasp meme.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. What's wrong? Not feeling good enough at the CIA?
Well, next we meet, folks. Hopefully you can know me as Sean the Fisherman.
We do too.
I look forward to bringing you your share of the bounty, good friend. Stay well and don't get eaten by a shark.
Ooh, you know, we did actually see a very large whale, colored red.
Oh dear.
Be on the lookout. Crazy creature.
We'll keep
Val
our
is
eyes on.
immediately scanning the horizon like intently.
We better stick to the end.
There's just a whale sitting by some reef, like fucking glaring. Like, oh, they're talking about me.
Motherfucker.
All right. Are we departing?
I have no reason to stick around.
All right. So, with a jaunt, a wave, and some songs on the waves, Sean and crew depart. What are you guys doing?
Well, that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. So, anyways, Longshots and special guest. This dragon. Last we saw of it was quite a while ago, but it attacked an encampment along the road. So I'm thinking, set one up, tents, some fires. We hide about along the tree line, bushes, etc. Wait till the dragon lands, and then take care of it. Then we gotta find its horde.
I mean, if you want, the ship, I believe, has an ability where you can just think dragon and it'll take you there, doesn't it?
Yes, however, you would want to be specific.
Yeah, we don't know the.
Dragon in the mountain that's freezing people in this specific area.
That's better. Now you could try to roll history to remember his name because it was given.
Ah, dang it. I wasn't with the group.
Yeah, you were.
5. But I'm
Five.
sure other
Bert was?
No, Bert, no.
Not
no.
Bert, no,
Not Bert.
sadly.
other people were, though.
Val got a 25 on history.
Jeez, look at you go.
While everyone is debating on how to track this dragon down, and Ametrine is talking about, well, we could use the ship's locator. And then you guys are debating, well, we need to be specific. You just dryly look up from still inspecting the tents, and the carpet is like, it's cryovane.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, that would get us there faster. My question is, I mean, if it attacks the ship, we might damage the ship. That would be my concern. Now, if everyone feels confident about that, that's fine. I just think it'd be appropriate to bring that up, that dragon versus us on the ground is a little bit different than dragon versus a ship in the air.
What kind of dragon was it?
An icy
White.
dragon. A white dragon.
White dragon. I mean, I could also ask it like why it's here. I speak dragon.
You want to try a parlay with a dragon?
I mean, they don't normally attack for no reason.
Well,
Are you saying all dragons are violent?
Oh, whoa. We're not saying that.
I'm just saying we passed a
Amateur?
dragon that killed a dozen people, so, didn't leave a calling card.
Ametrine looks like she wants to say something.
I'm trying real hard not to interrupt.
Pull it through.
Because it's a terrible habit of mine. DM.
No, don't worry, call me too.
I'm looking at the lamprey ship's stat. I thought we got the ship fixed. We did get it fixed.
Should have.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nah, I just noticed that it was missing like 49 hit points.
Pretty sure it also has like a plank covering one of the holes that Meow installed once upon a time.
I think we got it all repaired.
Yeah.
Well, we have two options here. We set a decoy, wait for it to come to us, or we use the lamprey ship to find it, which A, could be in the air, or B, could be in its den, and we go into the den. So, I personally am okay with any of these approaches, but we all need to be on the same page of what approach we would collectively like to try.
Well, I think worst case scenario, if we need to get the hell out of Dodge, I believe this ship has some pretty effective escape maneuvers. I would vote coming in from the skies.
I agree. I mean, I can drive this thing. We can fire a ballista at it. The ship's fixed, so it's pretty hardy.
Okay.
And I mean, if you guys need healing, you can come down to the command center to get healed.
Brother, sister? Any particular thoughts?
I don't care.
Whatever you think is the safest and best option. I
Okay.
trust you.
We also,
Somewhat.
the lamprey also has a grappling hook. What's that thing?
The
clamp.
pincher? Yeah, the clamp at the front?
Yeah. We'll call them grappling jaws.
Yeah, but we have to, like, the dragon has to be, like, dragon would have to be, like, drunk to run into it. So it's pretty, we can't shoot it, we have to run into it to grab it.
It shoots out about 15 feet.
Oh, does it? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you shoot it, and then neither thing can move. It becomes
Okay.
grappled.
Well, then I think we get ourselves prepared. We load the ballista, position ourselves, and see if we can get this thing in the air or find out where its secret lair is, and we'll see where it is then.
All right.
I mean, let's say someone has a specific concern. Now would be the time to, air it.
Do we get a rest before we attack the dragon?
I mean, as I don't remember from last, did people expend some spelly spells?
I just used my only 8th level spell slot, and
Okay,
everyone
well,
else just got to do whatever the fuck they wanted
then-
because that was pretty powerful.
My 7.
Then perhaps with this direction thing of locating it, do we know the distance or just the direction of it?
Pretty much general direction.
General direction. Okay,
Val can also just point her hammer and figure out the direction.
that too, but we don't know distance. So
Not distance.
okay,
So
well
no
then
one has a locate animal or something spell.
that has a.
I also have commune with nature as well. So as we get closer, Bert can commune with nature to try to see if I
Okay.
can find it.
Then perhaps do we know where white dragons generally make their lair in terms of particular landscape? Are they a mountain folk, a forest folk, a city folk? Do they have like a beachside property?
You would indeed get a feel for that. Once upon a time, when you were heading through and you were told of this dragon, it roosted somewhere in the Sword Mountains. It's mountainous. It likes cold things. So
Okay.
probably high atop a peak somewhere.
Then I say let's go to land. Let's find a nice secluded area at the foot of the mountains. Camp for the evening, get a nice rest in, and then take it from there. Yes, Epitrate.
Do we want a hero's feast?
Maybe a hero's breakfast.
Yeah, because I don't have the spell prepared, but
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, prepare it in the morning, and then we can do that. Nice little hero's brunch breakfast, mimosas, and then be on our way to a dragon hunt. All right, let's go.
can I just spend 10 minutes scrying on the Crowvein?
Yeah, I mean, can we do that while moving, or do we need to be still?
Oh, I need a focus. Never mind. I don't have any.
And if you're the one piloting,
Oh, I see.
you'll be concentrating on flying the ship. Unless somebody else is flying.
Well, I wanted to do this like before flying.
Sure.
But I don't have a focus or anything. Probably worth 1,000 gold pieces. So it's fine.
All right.
I forgot.
We'll
Did we
go.
say that we're going to do a long rest? Or we're just trying to figure that out right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
we're
You guys can take the long rest if you want it.
Okay, so sure, we can take it.
The benefits of the long rest is our spellcasters get their high level spells back, and we could do a hero's feast.
And we spent a lot of the day already, so it's probably in the evening. So, by the time we get to the foothills of the Sword Mountains, it'll be just about that time.
Alright, so shall we take a long rest then on our sheets? Is that all good?
I agree.
So I
Yes.
have a couple questions. So, firstly, Colt, from what I remember, this is kind of unrelated, but it's fine. From what I remember, when we were talking about the little gemstones and stuff like that, between Elian and Colt, he told him about all of it, right? I'm pretty sure, from what I remember.
Yes, Colt did tell Elian that his gemstone had Azarak in it.
Yeah, and about the what our options are for what we could do with it and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. And so question about the long rest. So we're going on the Ametrine and we're flying there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when our long rest is going to be and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me know when we have time in between.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to someone?
So then
Let's see.
I'm going to go ahead and take us to a break right quick.
Okay.
I've got a drink I need to grab and a bathroom visit I need to take, and this is going to be a perfect point. So when we come back, we'll do the travel aboard the ship, enjoy our rest, talk to some folks, and we'll get there.
I see a grin on your face. You got something up your fucking sleeve.
Dragon, man. Who
No, it's
doesn't?
me.
No, it's both of you.
me.
Both of you. Both of you. I know. On Twitch, I'm pointing to nothing, but aliens over there. We'll be right back. Hello there. It's me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, your handsome swashbuckler rogue here on the Longshots D&D. This part of the session, we are currently on break. You're probably asking yourself, Colt, what happens during the break? What's going on? Why did you go? Well, you know what? Sometimes we eat snacks, bathroom breaks, and we can only sit for so long to stretch our muscles. But we do talk between the segments. So, if you didn't want to miss that, then my friends, go down below and join the Discord channel. The link is in below. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to us via the podcast, join the Discord channel and you can chat with us throughout the week and listen to the behind-the-scenes conversations and other fantastic stuff. And, hey, listen, sometimes these breaks are 5 minutes long, sometimes they're 10, but this break is over right now. And we're back.
Hello. All right. We've begun our journey towards the Sword Mountains. Judging by the hexes, just getting at least to the base of it's going to take you another day. So over that day, what are you guys getting up to?
Well, at some point, always, every time, it's 8 people going through one doorway.
This is why I wait now. This is why I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for somebody to talk first.
And then we all go.
I tried to, and then everybody was waiting.
Right?
The
Go for
problem.
it. Go for
Never
it.
There's
know.
no balance. It's either everybody waiting or everyone talking.
Hey, Val.
Hello. Val's
Do
just
it.
paranoidly stalking the campsite and just like keeping watch on everyone.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
You seem sad. Or angry?
Are you not sad that our good friend just died like 3 days ago or something?
I'm horribly sad. Terribly so. But
And that it's our fault if we'd just done better? Then he'd be alive? She pulled out this like sheaf of papers where she's analysed the fight and pointed out so many places where we could have done better. Like, we could have done this and this and this, and I haven't done any, like, much of that, so I'm just gonna hand wave all of that, but yeah.
Val, I made I made a lot of mistakes in that fight. So did Meow. Meow made some mistakes too. But, of course I feel horrible. I was right beside him when he died. And
Yeah, well-
I think about it every day. But,
I don't want
it's
anyone
like you
else to
said-
die.
It's like you said, his song lives on in our songs. And, are you sure you're not taking your grief and anger out on other people?
I'm just trying to protect you all.
I understand. And, it's a process. But, I don't want you to lose yourself trying
Thanks.
to protect everybody else around you.
Yeah. I just...
Because I want to protect you just as much as you want to protect me.
Thank you. I just don't know if I can handle if someone else dies. I just think about what if it was Colt, or... I love you all, but I think if he died, I'd probably just die too. Rather than continue to live in a world where everyone I love dies.
But, that's the world that we live in. We live, and then we die.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to happen so soon and so violently, and he has a daughter that he was looking for, and who's gonna do that now? I don't trust Anna at all. Who's gonna do that now?
Poor Anna.
I mean, Anna's grieving, but we'll continue to look for Sarah, and we'll be there for her.
But it's not
We
the
love
same. She doesn't
Meow.
have a father who loved, like, she had a father who loved her. And do you know how rare that is? To have parents that love you, and then now, like, she doesn't have that anymore because we failed to protect him.
I think you're taking on more responsibility for his death than you necessarily need to.
Maybe. I know that it's not a great headspace that I'm in right now. I've been like this before when Tez died, and him not being around, like, not knowing, like, I know he should be safer not with us, but I don't know for sure if he's still even alive. Like, who knows? Maybe he's died and I don't again, and I just wasn't there for him, and I don't know. It's just tricky to think about these things, so I don't want to, but then I do, and it's very confusing and hard. And I'm trying not to be too grumpy to people that don't deserve it. But that means I'm probably extra grumpy to people that also don't deserve it, but I don't care about so much.
We understand. And we still love you. And, Matthew and all of our friends back in Neverwinter, I'm sure, are taking very, very good care of Tez. They would never let anything happen to him.
Thanks.
And we'll find Sarah, and she'll be safe. We'll take care of her. All will be well.
Thanks, Imotrine.
She'll just sing supporting vibes to Vel, just warm.
She's just, like,
peaceful.
silently crying when she does that, like, tears running down her face. She's just, like, trying not to make a sound, just like, yeah, thanks. Just quite grateful for that support, and talking things out a little helps a little bit.
The singing
Really?
is basically club music, though, so just keep that in mind.
Belle's crying while dancing to club music.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just like full dubstep.
Yeah.
Vocaloid
like,
dubstep.
You can't, don't feel put upon to control the fate of others, because there's only so much weight you can carry on your shoulders. It's okay to share the burden.
Thank you.
All right.
I think I just need some time. Sorry if I'm a little bit off for a bit. I promise I'm trying not to lose myself, as you say. It's just hard to think
completely
about how much danger we put ourselves into, and I love you guys, and I don't want you to die because we decided we wanted fucking money from a dragon. Like, it seems pretty pointless to me. But then at the same time, I'm sure this dragon's terrorizing people and needs to be defeated, but why does it have to be us? Why does it have to be with the people I love?
Well, because we have the abilities to stop it.
And I know I thought the same thing, and I do still, kind of, but it's hard to feel it. Logically, I'm like, yes, we should do this, but emotionally, I don't want us to.
And that's okay. You have a right to feel that way.
Thanks.
But I mean, we can't we can't hold ourselves back and allow fear to consume us in the wake of Meow's death. he really wouldn't want us to do that.
It's the last thing he would want, I know, but it's yeah. I think it's just gonna take time for me to get back a bit back to normal. I'm just still, it's hard to process. Still processing his death and what that means and how
Of
to
course.
make that never happen again, ever.
Of course, it's gonna take a long time, and you take all the time that you need, Belle, to
Thanks.
feel what you need to feel.
And hey, if you want to help me, you stay the fuck back in battle. You don't get up close. You're not a up close fighter. I don't want you to die. You are one of the people I love.
I love you too, but like I said, you can't control the actions of other people.
And I don't want to.
I'm going to go where people need me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Regardless if it hurts or not.
Do you think we did the right thing with that Hydra? Because I didn't want anyone I love to get hurt, so I just kind of froze it and made it do nothing. But then we just killed it without really talking to it, and I'm not sure how to feel about the fact that I basically caused the death of a creature because we didn't like its joke.
Vel, you didn't cause its death. Okay?
Well, I made it a lot easier for everyone else.
Everybody made their own choice.
Like, I would do it again because but then I'm like, do I like the fact that I did that? Like, am I becoming a terrible person by putting the people I love before absolutely everything else? Like, it's making me start to reflect on the fact that are we just wanton killing destruction machines for our own gain?
And for your reflections on what it means to be an adventurer and why you adventure, you can have inspiration.
It's so real though.
Roll for therapy. Roll for therapy.
Right? We can go together. Don't worry.
Yeah, Val needs therapy because she's actually starting to consider the fact that her motivations, which are
so
pretty
real.
selfish. But yeah.
Does this conversation take place on the deck of the ship?
Wherever they want to have it.
This is on the boat, right? All of this?
I do actually need everyone to cement where they are, though, now that we're bringing that up.
Yeah.
So wherever you are after this is where you are. All right?
Are we still in the boat? Like, are we still on the
I think we're traveling. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You guys got a whole day of travel before you even hit the Sword Mountains.
Oh, wow. Then I'm still driving. So I imagine this conversation's happening. I'm definitely, like, piloting.
Luckily, you can speak through any of the walls, so really you could just talk straight to Valhalla wherever she is.
Val was probably dramatically on the deck, just like staring at up ahead, just like wind blowing her hair back, just super dramatic.
Fully having a conversation with herself.
Then I think
she wouldn't care if anyone was listening in at that point. So if like anyone was hanging out nearby, she wouldn't have like said anything or cared.
So actually, Rue would have been seeking you out instead of Colt for once, so she would have been lurking.
Yeah, so you heard all of that, and then Val at the end of that is like, okay,
the one side of the conversation that was happening.
I would say Colt.
Like shit, she's going crazy too. Damn it.
I would say Colt's on the deck of the ship at the bow, sort of lounging on a loaded ballista, hair flowing in the wind as well, using his observant feet to read lips casually on the deck, but like not moving from that position, and guys kind of keeping his head on a swivel, looking for anything that might be diving towards them.
Silence gone, so I don't know if that was important to him.
He can hear. He's
everywhere.
Okay, good. Oh, he's okay.
I left a little bit of soap in my water bottle, and I really had to like get that taste out of my mouth.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, Latrine, was there anything else you wanted to say to end that conversation, or are we all good?
I just wanted to reiterate that, Val, you don't have control over someone else's choices.
But I do know how my choices affect other people's decisions because they love me too and they trust me, and so I need to be aware of the power that we now hold. It's just a lot. It's happened in such a short time, and now I can do incredible things, and I think that I'm not thinking it through very well. My motivations, and I don't know, it's caused pretty serious consequences. So I think we all need to be more aware of that.
Of course. And I guess the only advice that I have is maybe before you do anything, just take a deep breath.
Thanks, Ametrine. I really appreciate. I think it's really helped talking it through rather than just letting all of this sit in my mind in a mess. It does help, and I really appreciate you coming to talk to me because I know I've been a bit off.
Of course.
And this has really helped.
I was off as well, and you came and helped me work through my feelings.
Of course.
I'm always here for you, Val.
Thank you. Likewise. Right, I think I'm done with talking though. Emotionally drained a bit, you know.
You'll get a big, mental hug.
Try and mentally hug back, and it kind of, you switch to, I don't know, Ruth's point of view, and Val's just sitting there hugging herself. Trying to, hug Ametrine, but, not really sure how.
Firm pat on the bow.
Yeah, no, and Ametrine will end the conversation there, but overall, you'll just overall feel her Ametrine's comforting vibes never leave you.
Oh, that's amazing. She'll just continue to stare into squinting into the wind or whatever, just staring out at where we're going dramatically. On the front of the boat.
Let's see. Colton, Rue, you were lurking? Are we lurking?
Yeah, so does Ametrine leave at that point?
What's that?
Does Ametrine leave at that point? Is Vel on her own?
So she's piloting the ship. Vel has always been on her own.
Okay.
Just talking to herself.
Yeah, while she's in the planeswalker helm, no, the spelljamming helm, excuse me, she can just speak anywhere from the ship.
All right, awesome.
I
So
have telepathic abilities aside from that, but yeah.
Once Rue can tell that the conversation is done, she'll pop out from the shadows and be like, "Well, that was pretty wholesome, but I'm kind of feeling your vibe right now. Can we just sit here in angst for a while?"
Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, if you want to hug, I'm down for that too, but we can just angst.
Yeah, no, maybe not yet. We'll think about it.
Open invitation. And then she just turns back and just in silence angsting.
And after an uncomfortably long silence, Rue will go, "Anna, am I right? What a bitch."
I love Val kind of chuckles and's like, yeah. Yeah, I don't trust her.
No, me either.
Wow.
Yep, and that will be that.
All right.
Anyone else?
What else is going down on the ship?
If no one else has anything, then I'll go.
I don't have anything, but I wanted you to know where I was. Bird is up in the crow's nest, keeping an eye out on the destination. But that's all. Go ahead.
Do you have me roll perception then?
Nat 20, 27.
Nice. Everybody just rolling nice way. You are on the best lookout you've ever been.
We just motivate him so much.
You can call out what clouds look like before they form.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That right there, that's going to be a turtle.
Oh, that kind of cloud identification. Okay. I thought you meant scientific clouds. I see.
No!
Oh
my God.
Cumulus nimbus.
Yeah, nope.
Cumulonimbus.
Nope, turtle.
You can do that too, but I was
really
more going
funny.
for the shapes.
Gotcha.
I was thinking of the shapes. You can really tell where the brain
Left
is.
brain, right brain. Yep.
I like using my my right brain.
Well,
Okay.
Elian,
What are you doing,
what's
Elian?
going on?
So Elion will be in the very bottom of the ship where the cargo holds and stuff like that are. I'm pretty sure that's where we were when we were having our little talk before, Ametrine, Vel, and stuff. They were just sitting in crisscross applesauce in the circle.
We'll call that the smoking room.
Sure. So he'll be in the he's in the smoking room. And okay. And he takes out the gem that he has in his pocket that contains the soul of his mom, Eliza, and he will set it on the floor and take a couple steps back, about 10 feet, 15 feet actually, and will look at it and cast Shatter.
Okay. Let me double check Shatter really quick.
Yeah, is that like a
Are you
specific?
gonna hurt my bow?
Yeah, you gotta blow a hole through the floor.
It's
No.
a
It's
10-foot
not going to
radius.
blow a hole in the floor.
No, don't worry.
It's
non-magical object.
it's sound. Let's see.
And I do see
Well-
this happening. Eh?
You'll hear it happen. You won't see it happen.
Guys,
I will
my
see
cat
it.
thinks I deserve to die.
Oh no! It's
How
so
dare you
cute.
think that
It's really hurt.
So, or roll damage for me.
It is, so that's one thing, is that it's a con save.
That's okay. Inorganic material has disadvantage, and it did fail.
Perfect.
But the boat's okay. The lamp.
The boat is
28
the boat is okay.
damage.
We're going
Okay.
down. We're going
All right.
down.
So this loud bang just rips through the bottom of the ship. Most definitely everyone can hear that. And as your ears kind of ring, there's this like fog kind of covering the floor, and it's like a salmon pink before it finally all coalesces, rematerializes, and kind of just knocked onto one side, wearing what looks like not quite straight up cold weather gear, but definitely like much more cold climate robes and things. So we're talking like fur lined jacket and some things like that. It's very simple clothing. Your mother, Eliza.
What?
So
What?
That was the gem you had, right? Not the Asarak.
No,
one?
no, no,
yeah, no, it wasn't the answer because I had Eliza.
No, I got
had
I
his
really
mom.
wanted to
I had
make
the mom.
sure.
Okay, no.
No, yep. That's why I said my mom, Eliza.
That would destroy the
Um,
ship.
He will hesitantly take a step forward and ask, is it you? Are you okay? What like version?
There's kind of
you
like
is-
a dead stare for a little bit when you ask your question. She blinks, and then it's as if now she's finally awake upstairs. And she just kind of looks up and it's like, it's me. Who? I mean, what?
I like. Wait, hang on. You know who you are, right?
I know who I am. Who are
Oh,
you?
okay. What?
No.
Well, like, funny story. I'm your son. You're my mom. You don't remember me, do you?
What's your name?
Elion?
Alien?
Yes.
And her eyes kind of like squint and trying to judge how tall you are and like if the facial features really work out is like, yeah. How long has it been?
That's kind of a complicated question, but to simplify it, I'm probably like 20-ish, I think it's right now, so
You were born in winter of 1480.
Yeah, what year is it right now? I haven't been keeping track.
It
You
is
wouldn't know.
1500. She wouldn't know, but you would.
Okay. So it's 1500 right now. When was I born, you said?
1480.
If you are my son,
Right.
1480. Where's your sister?
I would like to
actually
say Val would use Dimension Door to immediately teleport to where she heard the sound from. It could be a funny moment for her to mention.
Boy,
So the second
hope you don't short that or long it.
the second that Elion would hear somebody coming to them, he would quickly make it so they duck down behind duck down and hide behind crates.
She's using the spell Dimension Door.
So does that make noise?
You're not gonna hear her coming. She's just gonna appear.
So, as soon as he sees her, he's gonna go in front of his mom and hold on to Vel.
What is going on?
I would also like to know that from the floor, just hand half raised. What is going on?
So okay, so
is this who I think it is?
Yes, but she's okay.
Colt.
No, please don't tell Colt. Please, I'm not ready for Colt. Please, I'm not ready for Colt.
Yeah,
Colt's gonna get at me. He's gonna be so upset.
Just as a point, Amatrine sees everything that's happening on the ship,
yep,
so she's just gonna message to everybody and say everything is okay. A crate fell over. And
okay, thank you, Amatrine. I appreciate. He's gonna go and put a hand over Vel's mouth. Stop it, please. I'm not ready for Colt for this yet. Stop.
Fine. Amatrine just talked to me about not being too overprotective, so I guess I'll hear her out.
Yes, please. Let me explain. Okay.
Letting people make their own decisions.
So I decided that I wanted to break the gem because Colt told me that if I broke the gem, it could be a possibility that the thing comes out. So I thought either she's gonna be how, when she died so here, you I got some explaining for you to do. So basically you died a while ago. And then remember Ezekiel, your husband, kind of, really, not really, maybe you married this really evil guy and he was messed up there for a little bit.
She furs her brow and she goes, Ezekiel.
Yes, Sonia.
Was the first nice face that I had met south of Dale.
He's not. He's really bad. See this? He takes out his glass eye.
A horrified look on her face.
You helped him dodge that out.
So
Vel
he
says.
He gouged
I would
my eye
never.
Yeah, you helped.
I was gonna say, real quick, can Croft walk in right as pipe in hand, Sean Connery's pipe in hand, just and then literally just with eye out and everything, just bad time, and just walks back out. Just walk up on top of deck. Just
was that a Dragonborn?
Yeah. Why are you?
Okay, look,
just on something you're against.
There's a lot to process here.
Okay, here he puts his eye back in.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I know that's.
Do you have to wash that or?
Oh, I do. Yeah. I
could
wash it every
probably
day.
fashion a replacement. Have you looked at getting it magically repaired?
Not by you.
I don't. Well, okay. Let's not.
Well, I do know some fine craftsmen.
Well, this one works fine right now. I'm okay with it, honestly. I don't really want anything magical in my eye, to be fair, because so you're he's we technically killed. I don't think he's dead, but people think that he's dead because we technically killed him. I don't want to talk about that.
Probably
too much,
is also in a gym somewhere else.
You killed who?
Ezekiel, the guy who scooped my eye out. No, he's not a good person. Don't feel bad. Don't I'm telling.
Her hand under her chest, and she goes, "Okay, all right, hold on, slow down.
I don't know.
Let's start with the basics.
Vel, my sister, your daughter, me,
who you
Elliot.
gave away because you're racist little shit.
Oh, what? No.
Okay, listen. If you are truly my children, you should not be this tall. Nor should you be this old.
Okay, do you want me to explain this to you?
First of all, I have a quick question. I have a quick question for you first.
Yes.
Who was born first?
No, yeah, it was me, right?
No, it was me.
It was me.
No, it was 100% me. I'm taller. I'm older.
Yeah, no, you're not older. I'm technically older because of the plane shifting and stuff.
No, I was born first.
And goes, there were slight complications with the deliveries of nothing I will, bore you with. But needless to say, you were both actually delivered at the same time, literally.
Well, damn.
I would
Like,
say
was there a C-section? Because I don't think it's possible the normal way.
That would be exactly right.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Well,
sure what the
God,
fantasy
I'm
name for
taller,
it
so
would
I'm not
be.
Were we like upside down, like yin
C-section.
yang?
I would say if I saw Vel poof out and didn't come back, at some point I would message cantrip her. Vel, hello. Is everything okay? You didn't come back to the deck.
Now, one thing I do
She's
want to
just gonna-
make clear: this looks like a younger Eliza than the one you're familiar with.
Oh, really?
I think at this point, Val's like trusting Alien, and Kaz noticed there's a bit of difference, so she's just gonna message back. Alien keeps saying that he's older than me. I have to fix this. Leave it.
Colt, we'll find that a legitimate response to remain on the top there. All right, then make sure it makes sense to him. All right, well, makes sense about right.
Question: she died because she was sick, right?
That was the initial thing. Yeah. She
Oh, so
was.
she's probably still
She
sick.
was sick. Ended up dying, and that's how Ezekiel got vampirism. He learned a spell that could bring her back.
Okay. So, okay. I don't really know what to call you because you've been really terrible to me like the majority of my life. So this is a little weird for me, I'm not going to lie. But I'd like to get to know you, the real you, that is because I don't know if this is a lot for you, but let me tell you, I don't know if you know that you're sick, but I think you're sick. Because you were sick before and you died, and Ezekiel was trying to find a way to bring you back, and he turned into like a vampire because of that. And then, and he like found a spell to bring you back. But that just made you like really evil and like a really bad person, and like it treated me terribly, and then a lot of things
Sounds like
happened.
some sort of monkey's paw evil deal scenario.
Don't even know what that is, but yeah, probably. And then so a lot of stuff happened, and then I think it's important for you to know though that at the very end, he was just trying to get to higher power, and he let you die the second time when you don't know Theron's long gone. We don't talk about him, but he killed you.
Why
And
don't we
then you
talk
died
about?
for good.
Okay.
He's just gone. He's just gone.
He's a paladin, so we
Did he
didn't-
die?
He's a paladin. No, he's just gone. Like he left us.
He's in a different
Who's-
dimension, I think.
Who's
Allegedly.
us? Is it just you and the Dragonborn man?
So no, actually I'm part of okay, there's a lot.
Do you
I
She
like
says deep
Alien,
breath.
do you want some time alone with your mother?
she's your mom too.
I never knew her.
Yeah, but like still technically.
Okay, I just wanted to offer because
As
she
far
seems
as
like
it
it's okay
looks-
to leave you alone.
To
Like-
me, it seems that someone else has raised both of you in my stead. I mean, I literally had just put you to bed
So-
last night.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't great people, so you know.
So here's the thing. Yeah, so here's the thing. You like last time I checked, I'm pretty sure you gave Vel up for adoption. I'm not sure when in the timeline that happened, but you gave her up for adoption. And then you kept me, but then
Well,
your guy you were with left, and then who's also Colt's dad. So I have a half brother too.
I have a younger brother, adoptive brother, which technically makes him your son through adoption, if you wanted to acknowledge me. I don't know. As well.
there's
What are
a
your
lot
questions?
to process.
Yeah, there's a lot to process. I'm happy to help you work out a timeline if you want, but I don't
Let
want it to be
me-
too much for you.
Paint a picture for you.
Sure.
I lived in a small but fun and mostly carefree enclave. My entire family, and well, those we consider family, though we may not be blood related, we all
Glentam.
work towards. Yes. Why?
Yeah, this guy called Silver introduced us to it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Just him, but like he said
And
you're
then
welcome. once
his
you're done with that place.
son, I don't know if you know, Silver has a son too, and we saved him from Ezekiel, who kidnapped him.
Sorry,
Um,
Cassius Ham. He goes by Silver.
yeah.
Cassis?
Yes.
She kind of smiles. Well, it must have been a long time then.
Yeah, he has a set. I'm sure he'd be really happy to see you, actually, if you guys were close or something.
When I knew Cassis, he was about 14. He was not Silver, that was his father.
Oh.
Our small enclave produced magical items and helped settle disputes. The area, Icewind Dale, is a place where you can find a substance nowhere else found on Faerun. A small gem, sometimes even larger fragments, but these can be worked into metals and suffused with magic. It's great for research. One day, a winter began like normal, but it never stopped. For 2 years. One day, her eyes kind of slightly pained. From a fortress flies almost clockwork kind of beast. It hit as many of the 10 towns as it could, and on the way, our encampment. For those that were able to rally to the defense, most of us were okay, but our small town and some of our friends destroyed. And that is when I left. Had both of you with me. Thoughts in my mind, I will say, did indeed think of giving you up, but no, I didn't. At least I haven't. I hope that makes at least a little sense to you, but you obviously see things differently.
Well, I mean, so, Val, I'm gonna have to have a one-on-one with you later about all this. But I guess we lived a very different life with you, or without, in Val's case. I think because of what happened to you, and it wasn't your fault, and I see that. I blame Ezekiel, honestly, because he's the one who brought you back and who infected you with whatever it was that happened to you. But yeah, you were, from what I know, you were sick and you died because of that. And Ezekiel, I don't know if he was so in love with you that he wanted to find something to help you and that turned into obsession or what, but we grew up very different lives than I think you would have wanted for us, especially since just how
Based
you're
on
talking
what little you've
now.
described, absolutely. That's horrifying. I mean,
Oh, that's not even the half of it.
the prosthetic eye really gives me pause.
Yeah. Oh, I could tell you some stories, but I think I'll spare you. But
The last I saw Ezekiel, he had come home with wonderful news. He used to run some excavations for magical artifacts. It's how we actually met,
let me guess, you found something about Vecna or Asarak or something like that.
Goodness, no.
Oh.
Vecna's an ancient, terrible name.
So the reason I don't really want anything magical in my eye is because he shoved the eye of Vecna in there. That's why I scooped it out. In hopes that I would die. Yeah. So in hopes that I would die and Vecna would take over my thing, because I kind of got like a magical thing going on because of who you out of character. What's his name again?
Who?
Real dad. Who we killed.
Alistair.
Okay, yeah. That Alistair, because there's some magical stuff and we're like really powerful or something like that. I don't really know the full story, but Alistair like explained something like that to us. Also, you had the hand of Vecna for a little bit. Yeah.
If what you're telling me is correct,
You can like, I have no reason to lie.
that's what scares me.
Yeah.
If that were true and he did manage to, I don't know, either channel Vecna or, heaven forbid, bring Vecna back from the dead,
I really hope that's not what happened. So
then
far we have nothing on that, but
he could have almost rewritten whatever he wanted.
oh, he did that. Already.
Just a simple, oh,
Yeah. We don't really
well,
know what he changed, to be honest, but
I
don't remember.
sorry I'm both the person you think I am and the one that I'm not. If it's any consolation, I suppose I could, she looks around. We're on a boat, it looks like. You could just drop me off at whatever port you come across, and I'll be out of your hair.
Well, that's not gonna happen for a couple reasons. One, I don't want Colt to see you yet because he will probably try and kill you.
Who's Colt?
Or sleep with you. He's kind of weird.
No! Val
Wait,
immediately looks like she's about to puke. No way.
No, he will. He will do it. He wanted to sleep with her.
That's
He wanted
my fucking mother. That's his stepmom.
She was my mother before we knew she was your mother, and he wanted to sleep with her when she was terrible to me. So who
Val
knows what
immediately
he'll
is
do
like,
when
"One
she's
moment."
like nice now.
One moment.
We cannot.
She sends
tell
a
Colt
message
that.
spell to Colt, like, if, for whatever reason, you come into contact with someone who is one of your siblings' mother in any kind of way, you are not allowed to flirt.
Do you
Got
have
it?
the message, Cantrip?
I believe I do. I've been using it, so I hope I do. Yeah, I do. I was just, the only reason I was double checking is because I did recently get rid of some of my cantrips and stuff.
I gotta chase a cat now, real quick.
So what did you say?
If for any reason you come across anyone who is in any way any of your siblings' mothers, if you flirt with them, I will fucking kick you in the balls. And you're not allowed to do that.
I'd sleep with them. Just anything,
sleep-
anything.
Anything sexual at all.
Or romantic.
There's a
No flirting, no kissing, no sex, nothing.
there's a slow pause before Colt says, so is everything okay down there?
Yes.
We're just she's
Reminiscing about the past. Reminiscing about the past.
Look, Alien was saying that you flirted with Eliza way back when, and I was like, no way, he wouldn't. And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, well, some fuckery stuff is happening with family, so we need to make sure that never happens again.
Okay. Just really random for you to bring it up right now.
Well, just because I'm not in this conversation.
Okay, well, that's all I had to say. Goodbye, and she just stopped talking to him.
That's really funny.
Can I insight check her to see if I think something's wrong down there?
No, nothing's wrong.
I mean, even without rolling, that was a little out of the blue.
Yeah, but it's not out of the blue for us. We were having the conversation. Cole was
Right,
supposed to
so I mean,
involved.
he can at least use his own judgment before even having to roll insight, but, feel free to roll.
Yeah, I feel like rolling.
Like, to be fair, Val does do random shit all the time.
18!
That doesn't actually...
No.
18.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Can I roll a deception against you?
Yeah, roll deception.
Yeah.
You're
Plus, you
20.
are... That's the wrong character sheet. Why do I have that one open?
You're decent.
I have +5 deception, so that becomes a 19.
Yes!
Alright.
One more!
Alright, well. Seems
Out of the
reasonable.
blue, but it tracks.
We're safe.
A little weird, but
boy.
I guess.
Mhm.
I didn't really commit either way, so,
I don't remember what we were talking about before, but oh yeah, you cannot. Colt is
Very
our
handsome.
half brother. He's
Very handsome.
very
Flirt with everyone.
He flirts with everyone. He's flirted with you before, even when you were like terrible to me. So it's like, who
But he
knows
didn't
what-
know that you were his sibling's mum at the time.
Yes,
I,
he
oh, I
did.
do.
Oh yeah. Well, no, you're right. You're right.
No.
No, he didn't. He knew that he was
didn't
my
know that we were
mom,
siblings.
but he didn't know we were siblings. Yeah. So, but I think he would still do it anyways.
I don't think so.
Also, yeah, he would either kill you or sleep with
That's
you. You
It's
cannot.
like a quarter step removed
do
from
either.
incest.
Yeah, it's gross.
Perfectly
So
fine.
yeah,
I think he would be much more likely to try and kill her. Which honestly, I'd be more comfortable with than him sleeping with her.
Well, I don't want that right now, or really ever. I
I'm
don't
not saying
know.
I want that. I'm just saying, like, if it's between the two options right now,
Honestly,
I'd rather
I
not have to live with the knowledge.
don't.
Can I
I
not
just,
play the real life version of Fuck Mary Kill? That would be great.
yeah, I don't want that either. That's,
Sorry, I forgot that you were an actual person right there.
It's okay.
Hurtful.
Apparently, I've been carried around, I guess.
So I'm gonna, I'll give you the whole timeline later. But and I'll like.
You want to fight a dragon with us?
We have a
I'm
website.
no. I will not do. You are not fighting a dragon with us. That's not happening.
She was
You are
super
gonna.
powerful. Surely she has some powers.
I am
Or was that
gonna.
all warlock
No,
powers?
because then Colt is gonna see her, and I'm not ready for that yet. I want to tell him on my.
Okay, I will respect
No,
your boundaries.
I actually don't
And
want to tell
choices.
him at all.
She kind of smiles. She goes, "Is this your first dragon?"
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
We just
All
killed
right.
a Hydra. Well, actually, I didn't. They killed a Hydra, an innocent Hydra, to be fair.
She
But I've
kind of.
killed
Was
a
it
lot of
do you think
innocent
it was
people.
really innocent?
Oh,
And Val looks like she's about
yeah.
to cry.
No, he gives her like a hug. He's like, we're still talking. Yeah. So this is also something you should know is I actually have like this contract with Asarak right now. I'm basically like his delivery. Like I have to like give him souls. I'm
Are you
trying to
lining
get
this
out
out
of
to
it.
Vel or to Eliza? I just want to be sure.
To Eliza, but Vel knows this.
Whose
already.
jaw is just going to be like dropping and be like,
Yeah.
the Lich, right?
Yeah. Guess whose fault that is,
So
actually.
we also have his soul trapped in a gem, so I'm not
We
sure.
have his soul trapped in a gem. Don't tell her where it is. I'm not that comfortable yet.
Well, if his soul is trapped, he's in no position to enforce any end of a bargain.
Well, that says otherwise because last time I didn't hold up my end of the bargain, and I died. Oh yeah, I died like a lot of times. It's okay though. I'm fine.
Val
now.
starts to hug you really tightly.
Um,
Like you might start struggling
he's
to
like,
breathe.
it's a little too tight.
Oh, sorry. You're not allowed to die again ever.
No, I will try my best. But yeah, so
No, you won't. No trying. You won't.
I will not. But if I do, I can come back. So anyway, so last time I died, he started to kill like the whole so we're called the Longshots. It's a whole thing. There's like a bunch of people with us. And we don't gotta talk about them all right now. You can meet them eventually. Which you have before. But anyways. So I don't want to talk about that right now. I don't remember what I was saying. But yeah, that's a thing. And guess whose fault that is? Ezekiel. So hooray. Technically, I guess your other self too, but I don't want to rope you and that other person in together because I can just see that you're a different person than who she was, so.
It's still very hard to process, but
I'm
with
gonna.
any explanations out of the way for later. Look, if you're gonna fight a dragon, she slings the small pack off her back and flips it open. You may as well do it safely and in style.
Oh my god.
She kind of roots around
This is like
for a
the
second.
birds and the bees talk, but for dragons. It's perfect.
No. See, that's for later. I hadn't actually ironed out how I was going to do that either.
Wait,
Did somebody already give
Allian
it
has
to
a
you?
boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
So.
Huh.
Don't worry,
Is-
we all gave him the other kind of talk.
What?
Is he nice?
Yeah.
He's great.
He's a farmer.
Oh, that's mundane. I like it.
Oh.
No, he does fight with
That's-
us sometimes if he needs to.
I don't
But-
mean that in a negative
Oh,
way. That's
Yeah.
it's
That's a
less
completely different-
complicated. He has no world domination aspirations. So,
No, he's like the
doesn't
nicest
like to
person I've
contact
ever
other
met.
planes. He probably just likes a good bit of fried food, I imagine.
He's also
used
really good with
to.
my 10-year-old brother.
He really likes fried chicken, but he's been trying to eat more salads lately because we've been trying to be healthier.
Gotta be one of the most wholesome
But-
things I've heard all night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's
Awesome
just
boy.
trying to eat better.
Yeah,
Uh.
but that's really nice to hear actually, because that was not the same reaction as I got last time I told you something close to that.
Oh
Other
wait,
you,
I forgot
is.
that Eliza wouldn't know that I just outed Elian.
Yeah,
I'm
sure
so
did.
sorry.
Sure did.
I'm sorry.
It's okay,
I
it's
did not
okay.
mean to do that. I
It's
forgot
okay.
that Eliza would not know that.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
To reiterate, to her, she tucked you both in as infants last night.
Also, in another dimension, I'm married to a guy who's now dead, and apparently.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even know about this.
Do you
While
remember
you're
that
ranting
one?
off what's happening in other dimensions, she fishes out a small thing of Smith's tools and sets down 2 rings from a box and kind of just starts tinkering with them, just kind of muttering a small incantation and knocking each of them with a hammer.
Val is still slightly suspicious. Can I be checking this out, insight or arcana or something, to be like, is she casting something malicious or is it completely fine?
Oh, that's completely
Well-
trusting because he just got his mom back.
Okay. Yes, let's go ahead and if you're going to be focusing on that particular portion of it, yeah, Arcana would be appropriate.
What the? It's another natural 20 for arcana.
Oh my god, 27. that's
27.
crazy.
Arcana's
real
my
suspicious.
jam.
For real.
Yeah, she's inclined to trust, but she still wants to check.
It's enchantment style magic, of that you're for sure. Though it's interesting, it's not like she's casting a particular spell, but it is magic in general, so it's not a spell you're familiar with, but she does seem to be enchanting these 2 items.
Positively.
But yeah, not
But
something that's
once he
yeah.
sees the rings, he looks at his own hands and sees that the ring that Colt gave him that one time at the wedding is gone. Just noticed it now. That Rue took. He just
There it
notices
is.
that now. It's like, oh, don't care.
When she finishes, she kind of rubs them with a small cloth and blows on them. And these should be good for maybe a day. I kind of have to concentrate on the enchantments there, but they should help you avoid some forms of danger every now and then.
Are they really fancy and pretty and matching because we're twins?
They are matching, and I guess
Aw.
that depends on the definition of fancy.
Okay, well, I mean, are they cute and matching?
Yes.
Yes, beautiful. I love that.
Val will insist on putting hers on first just to see if something bad happens, Elian won't get hurt because she claims she's the older sister and therefore
Elian puts it on. Doesn't care unless she stops him from doing so. He'll just put it on.
I feel like I'll just be she's half-heartedly trying to stop him, so he gets away with it. But
You
she's trying to
will
stop him, but I
need
want
to
him to get away.
attune to these.
This is a good decision, guys.
Yeah, Val's immediately putting hers on and trying to attune him faster.
It's a race now. All right.
She's just thinking really hard,
They both function as rings of evasion, so long as you are not outside of 1 mile of Eliza, and so long as she maintains her infusion with them.
Okay.
The rings of what?
Evasion.
Attuned.
Couldn't find it because I put rings of evasion instead of rings of evasion.
I put Ings of Ev. So.
Yeah, it didn't show up for me when I put the S on the ring.
Those are merely
But yeah.
just replicas. They're not designed for long-term use, but hopefully that's at least something.
Well, if you can't come into battle with us, I suppose that's the least you could do for your children you abandoned for at least 19
hey,
years.
Val, let's have a talk before you start making your opinion.
She smiles. I mean, I could go
No,
into
no,
battle
no, no,
with
no,
you.
no, 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 no.
Wouldn't be
no,
the
no.
first
I
time
don't-
I've been up against a dragon.
I really don't want you to.
I mean, come on,
To be fair, we're pretty badass. We're probably going to be fine against a
We're
yeah,
I've
gonna
got
beastly
my
dragon.
armor in the bag.
I know you have your. I'm sure you do, but like,
How about you be back up if if something bad happens? We'll
if
call
we're
for you.
all dying, then you can come. But I think we'll be okay. We're pretty capable, actually. Like I am really good. I'm really good at magic now, actually. So, like,
Yeah,
really good.
Val turns
Like,
to high five. Like,
if-
yeah, we are the best.
like if I had to put it on a scale, like the most, like I can like do a lot. Like I can kill somebody in one shot if I wanted to.
I
Well,
just made a
I'm
Hydra just
still
stand
learning that
still for
spell,
everyone to
but-
kill them.
I'm still learning that spell to kill someone in one shot, but
The importance is not how quick you kill; it's why you're killing. Remember,
Yes.
I lost sense.
I mean,
of
both
that,
are
honestly.
important because we don't want anyone else to die, but we need to make sure we're killing for the
Yeah,
right
I kind of
reason,
kill
you know?
people because I don't want my friends to die. But that's usually just when I work for
that's-
Asarak.
typically a good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it enough when you're just like killing people because you want to help your friends kill them and they just want to kill it because of money?
See, I don't do that.
No.
I that Hydra, I had no part in that.
Val just looks a little bit sad, like I had
I didn't care
everything
about,
to
I
do
did
with
not have any
that.
part in Hydra. I'm sorry, Val. It's
No,
okay.
like,
Well,
yeah.
if you wouldn't mind, I'll stay put. Am I a prisoner?
no,
Sh-
no. Well, no.
Hmm.
I don't think you are. I just
What is
can.
the definition of a
ask-
prisoner?
I'm asking you nicely.
Am I
please
allowed to leave?
Well, not the bottom of the ship. Okay, so you're not a prisoner. I just really don't want anybody to see you yet until, okay, let me explain.
You're
Because
not
they
allowed to leave
think
the room.
I'm a.
You're hiding. You're a stowaway.
She calculates because people think I'm a 40-year-old murderer. Maybe
Yeah.
50 actually. Oh God.
I think you were younger. I don't really know. You looked really young. You look younger now.
Yeah, but that was
actually.
vampire shit, wasn't it?
That was vampire stuff. Yeah, you were a vampire, little. Okay. So can you just stay down here? I will bring you pillows and blankets, and it'll be really nice. I'll bring you food.
Why
I'll
don't you
bring
just like
tea.
sneak her to your room?
No,
Where are
because
we?
Matthew's not there. You're right. Matthew's at home.
Yeah, and people could wander into this room like that dragon
Yeah.
crofted
What if?
before.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm gonna
Like
sneak
your
you to
room is
my.
reasonable to lock, but this
I'm gonna
room is kind of
sneak
weird.
you to my room.
Val casts Dimension Door into Alien's room and brings a lighter.
That works better. All right, let's do that. All right.
You have to run
Boy,
to meet us
I-
because I can only bring one person.
I hope the dragon doesn't show up today.
Being able to see the entire ship. Do
Yep.
I know of any like smugglers, like hiding places? Like, is there, space
There's
under
nothing
the
built
floorboards?
particularly for smuggling yet. That would be a modification you guys might want to do. But
Is there a room in the storage area that could be locked?
sure.
I will just not say anything. I will just swing the door open, and it'll clank against the wall. As like hey guys, here's an option.
Well, I think that like my thing was that Alien's room is just going to be a lot more comfortable for her, like with the
Yeah.
bed and like spare clothes and stuff. And
I think so
Right,
too.
I'm
I can always.
assuming there's no lock.
I don't think we have separate beds. I think there's just one.
There is
room.
kind of
There's,
a
like,
bunk situation going on, yeah.
there's a
Okay,
bunk
so
Oh,
then
in
yeah.
which
so
case,
let's,
yeah, let's not do.
let's-
In which case,
yeah.
I would not have suggested that.
I assumed
sorry.
it was a bunk situation, but I wasn't too sure.
There's
I forgot that we're not in our magically expanding house.
Yep,
The
yep.
ship's not the same.
a prayer closet in the
yeah.
storage area. How about
That's
that?
that's fine. So okay, so if you go in there, I'm okay. I will introduce you to people. I just really gotta like prepare them for you because last time was not a good encounter with you, or the other form of you. So I just gotta prepare them for that beforehand. I'll bring you blankets and food and pillows, and like you're gonna be, I hope, comfortable. But yeah, and I'm gonna come talk to you later. I'll come talk to you later, and I'm gonna tell you the storyline just for now. Process. Is that okay?
Okay. If that's what will make everyone not want to murder me,
Well,
I'll
yeah,
start
that's
there.
kind of what I'm. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, you're not a prisoner. I'm just trying to keep people from wanting to kill you.
A different kind.
Yeah.
Very well. She just kind of plops in the fucking broom closet, casts a light cantrip, and it's like, eh.
I.
I'm just gonna like slowly and awkwardly like just shut the door.
He was gonna let her. He'll just. Val,
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's walk away from the door. I don't really want her to hear our conversation.
Okay.
Not that.
Bye, not mum.
Bye. Period.
Okay, let's walk away from that door.
Question mark. Oh boy. Okay, so I don't want to have anybody hear us. Like, I know Colt and Rue like read lips and shit, and like I know that they stalk around. I don't want them to hear us talking about this.
All right. Is there another broom closet on the other end of the ship?
No, but I'll tell you what you can do. There's a big crate that doesn't have the top on it. You could just
Oh my
take the
God.
crate and
Yes,
tilt
Yes.
it over and crouch under the crate.
Wow.
always,
Have little crate
Amazing.
combos.
always.
have
Just
great
like
gunboat.
work situation. Remember the
Are you
thingies?
guys gonna create like a little fort situation?
Oh my
in
God,
the-
can we make a?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
We
sidebar,
get
Val,
carried away making
Val,
a fort.
Yeah. Sidebar. Let's make a fort. Okay, while we're talking about
Yeah.
this, can we make a fort?
Hell yeah. I run
I
and
love
grab
this.
like all of the blankets from
I love
everyone's
that.
beds and stuff and
my God.
pillows.
Yeah, while
Create a
she is
massive fort.
transferring up and down the stairs for the ship, grabbing blankets, was anybody else doing anything, lurking and or witnessing the chaos of the blankets unfolding?
I think Emitrain's just trying to convince Colt to not go and investigate.
That'd be good.
I mean,
And
the more you talk to him about not going down there, the more likely he's going to go down there.
By the time he goes down, we're just making a
What?
blanket fort now. So
yeah,
Bert.
like just kind of saying they just like, everything's fine. I promise. Like, they're just, they tipped over a crate. They're just picking it
Making a
up,
blanket
Okay.
fort.
Well,
making, having an argument. It's fine. They're making looks like they're making a blanket fort now.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on them.
I
for
think,
you.
yeah, I think
Fine.
Colt's not too
And just like,
unconvinced.
distracting him from the conversation that's going below.
It's
deck.
not going to take much. He was convincingly convinced by the Hella. I think Colt would
True.
just express gratitude to Emitrain for talking to Vel. He lip read half that conversation. He was able to fill in the blanks.
Of course, she's my friend too. I mean, I was concerned. I wanted to make sure she was okay.
Oh, good.
Bert, while you're up there on the crow's nest looking out with your 27?
Nat 20.
As the sun begins to set while they're setting up their fortifications, just past the deepest part of the Sword Mountains, east of the Tribor Trail that cuts between Neverwinter Wood and the Sword Mountains, a particular peak of the Sword Mountains, famed for its snow cover and large, thick sheets of ice, known as Icespire Peak. It glints towards one of its tallest reaches. A glint normally reserved for things like glass or metal. Do with that what you will.
Bert will pull out his I mean, he's a ship captain. I'm assuming he's gonna have a telescope
He's got to.
on his person. He's gonna whip that out and investigate further.
You can. From where you are, it's still too small, but based on kind of the reflections that you're seeing and its positioning, you could guess that whatever you're seeing is most likely some windows or large metal objects from a fortress that is perhaps positioned atop this mountain peak.
All right. Remind me, has he had an opportunity to know that Amatrine piloting the ship can speak telepathically with him?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, because she telepathically told everybody not to worry about that big loud boom in the
That did
cargo
happen.
hold.
Oh, true. Good. All right. Bert will kind of talk to himself and say, lady voice, can you hear me?
Yes, Bert. How can I help you?
Oh, God, that's gonna take some getting used to. I see something in the distance. I don't know if you have perhaps more sophisticated technology that could see farther than my telescope here, but he'll point in the direction of the glimmering fortress. Do you see what I see?
Do I see it?
Way up in the sky, I'm a tree.
I've got like a 20 passive perception. If that helps. But
Same as before, the kind of sparkling, glittering peak of a mountain. You're not aware of its name, having been in the Underdark for most of your time, but it seems nice. Could be pretty rocks.
it's a mountain. What about it?
Something in the back of my mind, you could even say a voice, is telling me that we should probably head that way.
I mean, the ship. I told the ship to go towards Crow.
That is, in fact, the general direction. It seems to track.
We're going in that direction, anyways.
Of course. I just wanted to make sure, in case you were planning on making any unexpected left turns here in the next few hours, that we would continue to make way to that. He's trying to save face at this point. I just wanted to make sure that you knew. You understand.
Oh, thank you so much for keeping an eye out, though. You're doing an absolutely wonderful job.
Of course, Captain Bertram Reynolds. He never stops looking. And with that, he'll kind of like whip his hair back a little bit and continue to be on the lookout.
I'm surprised you're not driving the ship. Isn't that what you usually do?
I would not want to take that away from you. Besides, you know,
we
it's...
installed that wheel just for you.
Well...
Please, for the love of God, sit there like a toddler in the side seat of a car with your play wheel while she's flying it from the spell jamming helm. You're just, yes.
I mean, that's pretty much what we did. We installed a wheel for him to do that precisely.
Brilliant.
You know, the smell of the wind up here in the crow's nest, I don't get very many chances to fly, so you understand. I wanted to take advantage of the highest points on this journey.
I see. Well, if you ever want to go flying, I'm always available. And please let me know if you spot anything else. How are you coping with the journey so far?
It's interesting. It was good seeing my good friend Sean Connery, and it's good to know that he's chosen to live a life of honest work and give up his life of piracy. You know, I'm not sure what to expect with this group. I think, you know, the stories I've heard of the Longshots. I'm concerned about what lies ahead. That's why I tagged along to keep an eye on a particular someone. But so far, so good.
Who are you keeping an eye on?
Forget I said anything. Just someone. Myself. We can say myself. I'm keeping an eye on myself. And on the skies ahead, as you've seen.
You know, if you ever have anything that you want to talk about, I'm here to listen. And if you have anything else that you need, please don't be afraid to ask.
Thank you, Imogen. I'll consider that.
You know,
With that, he will whip his hair
we're more
again
than
and
happy to have
continue to
you
look in the
along.
distance. What's that? Was that Imogen?
We're more than happy to have you along for the ride.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well,
And she will leave him with vibes.
with vibes.
With happy adventuring vibes.
You guys still going about your fortifications down there? Or Rue, Radagast, Colt? Anybody getting up to anything before I transfer back down?
Colt's just on the bow of the ship, arms crossed, in thought, looking around. Occasionally glancing back to if any conversations just lip read, but he's not moving from his spot.
Rue's probably not doing much in particular, just kind of shadowing Colt as she does.
I like to picture you trying to sneaky snake on like the floor of the upper deck, just kind of trying to catch the right shadows.
Right.
Colt just sighing softly.
Well, then back down below. Inside your box blanket fort.
I love that. I like to think that we just literally, it's like if the equivalent of like Pillow Fort fairy lights and like whatever that would be. I think that
It's
would be
like,
cute.
it does, I don't think either of us have any spells that would be good for that.
Minor illusion, maybe?
Oh yeah, I have minor illusions. I just minor illusion like similar to I imagine the dancing. Sorry, my voice.
No, you're
Similar to dancing, just dancing lights and stuff, colorful
that's
lights.
so cute. Like the northern lights on that's adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. So yeah, you would just kind of be like, so I know that I know I can understand like your distrust and like anger towards her and stuff like that, and like because I have it too, but also I just think that maybe it's not her, like it's not the one that I grew up with, and not the one
That's
who
the reason I didn't try and kill her on sight.
Well, yeah, like it's, and I was hoping it would be like the reason I did it was because I thought, if there's a chance that she could be brought back to how she was before she got sick, and before she died, and Ezekiel like basically infected her. If there was a chance of that, I wanted to take it because I wanted to maybe have a chance of having a parent who isn't a horrible person, so I wanted to maybe try that, and it worked, I think, and like you're under no obligation to accept her, because you didn't grow up with her like in the same way that I did, and I know she gave you away, which was shitty, but I do think that was only because of like the way that she was being like not like infected, I guess you could say. I keep using that word. I don't think it's a good word, but like yeah, my point.
Influenced in some way.
Yeah, influence. Like I don't. She said I know I'm not a very, I don't know. I trust her in a weird way. I know I probably shouldn't. But like I have a gut feeling that I feel like I can, which I don't know. Colt would probably be upset at me for that, but I think that I can genuinely trust her. I don't know, she's different, and I can feel that.
All I know is that you deserve to have a mother that you can trust and who loves you, and I don't want to take that possibility away from you ever.
Well, and, you know, the opportunity is there for you, too, and you don't have to, like I said, because I know that things are a bit different, but the opportunity is there if you want it, or even if you just wanted to get to know her a little bit, because I want to get to know her. I've only heard things, you know, good things about who this person is, and if there's a chance that we can try and get to know her, I think that'd be good to do together. But like I said, it's completely up to you, and you don't have to.
I am gonna try because I think I have some trust issues and I need to work on that and overprotection issues, and this might be
Honestly,
a way to like demonstrate change.
I think, you know, and we can. I think that's good, and we can do this together. Like, you know, I've got your back, I feel, and I feel like you have mine. So I think we can try this together, to get to know her and stuff. And, you know, if something ever does happen, which I really hope it doesn't, because I think I have a good feeling about this, and I hope I'm right about it, then, you know, we can pretty much kill her, I think, easily. I don't really know. She seems pretty powerful. I really don't want
I think
to.
we could definitely incapacitate her if
Like,
necessary,
yeah,
but
like,
she does
imprison
seem
her,
different.
something. I don't want to kill her, though. I know that was what I said, but I don't want to. Like,
It's
she already died once, and I didn't even get to be there for that. I'm not saying I wanted to be there for that. I just wish it wouldn't have really happened in the first place. But also, it wasn't really her. It was kind of like, I guess, like her other self. I don't know. It's a lot. I'm gonna go talk to her later tonight when everyone's asleep, because I don't really need to sleep. So I'm gonna go talk to her when everyone's asleep, and I'm gonna fill her in on everything. But
I trust you to know if what's safe and not.
to
If you want me to
tell her,
come, I would love to come. But
think
if you think
I'll
it's fine
be-
for you to go on your own, that's fine.
I think it's fine for me to go on I was alone with her before you came along, right? So I think I don't think she would hurt me. Which is bold of me to say, considering our history.
Considering you have the history and you trust her, I'm gonna trust you
Well,
with yourself
I'm
because
really, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I'm giving this a shot. I really don't. But I think maybe I have a little bit of something in me that just really, really wants this to work, and maybe I'm trying too hard to make it work. But I don't know. I want to try at least. That's it. I just want to try for something in my life, because, you know.
Damn.
yeah,
Right.
she pats you on the shoulder a bit, like, yep. I love you and I trust you. Whatever you need, I'll be here for you, and I won't tell Colt.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
I really don't want Colt to know yet. That scares me a lot for him knowing. I don't want him to be upset, which he probably will be regardless. But like, I just need a little
Hey,
bit
what
of
are
time
younger
to-
siblings for?
What?
Younger siblings, they're supposed to, you know, do stupid shit and be
You're
annoying and
the
make you a bit upset
youngest.
sometimes.
You're the youngest.
You're the youngest.
You're the youngest.
I am
No.
older than you. I was born
Okay.
first.
And then that's
Well, you guys are
And we just
arguing
keep doing
about
that.
that.
yeah. That's, I figure.
Is that how you're gonna spend the rest of the evening? We move on to the next day.
Yeah, I feel
and
like
then
we fall asleep in the blanket fort arguing.
sleep in the yeah. I whenever Vel ends up falling asleep, Elian will go and talk to Eliza and literally tell her the full story, like everything from his perspective and like what he's been through, like literally everything that he's been through, his whole backstory, all the works.
Damn.
Yeah. So she knows everything.
One thing to
She knows
note
everything
while
that
that's
Elian
going on, she's able to pull a few different things out of her bag, and she's basically got a full suit of armor ready to go.
Is it like similar to what Silver had?
Similar, different color.
Okay, so like I'm thinking like I'm basically asking like clan tam stuff, but.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Hers is green.
Aw. We love
All
it.
right. Well, over the next day, you get closer to the edge of the Sword Mountains until just basically around the city of Phandalin. Dawn of the next day, Bert, when you go to look in your crow's nest again, yes, clearly, there is most definitely a fortress on top of Icespire Peak. You can see it from here. And from this elevation, you can just barely what seems to be a small spiral jagged path cut through the mountainside. It's a good thing you guys can fly, because that looked dangerous. From this distance, you can't tell if the dragon is there or not, because you are miles and miles out. That being said, should you go any further from here, you are risking being close to the dragon's lair, so do whatever you need to do. But based on your positioning with Ametrine, any cross-locating you can do with the hammer, and your eyeballs, if there was going to be an ice dragon somewhere, it'd be there.
Roughly how far out are we?
Let's see. Let me cross-reference that with this other map. From Phandalin. I love when it gives me no indication of the hexes on the map that I have. Love it. So I think they're 5-mile hexes, which would mean that from Phandalin to there, 25 to 30 miles.
Understood. Okay.
Well, did we want to try to engage this thing in the air or closer to the ground?
We say over Hero's Feast.
We should probably have a... Well, again, we should decide whether we're going to be doing that. If we're landing, it's going to take us a little bit longer to get there if we're going to sneak up closer to the fortress. If we're heading in via air, we're going to see it or it's going to see us.
I mean, I thought we were all for the airstrike.
Well, as long as we're still on the same page, then we should probably have a hero feast now. And well, how far away are we from said thing?
I think he said
25, 30 miles.
And how long is that in terms of travel?
Hardly an hour.
Okay.
Hey,
yes.
I've got a crazy idea. So Amtrim like becomes part of the ship, right? Like when she's
Yep.
steering it. Right?
She's basically physically brain dead, mind inside the ship, physically moving it.
So if I cast greater invisibility on her, would the whole ship turn invisible?
No, but she would.
It says anything that's the target is wearing or carrying also becomes invisible. I wasn't sure
No,
if she's
more
wearing the
sitting
ship.
on it. No, that would be neat though.
That would have been fun.
Sick.
I
we
was
should look at installing invisibility shields onto our Lampfire, though.
Well then,
I was hoping.
I would say, how long does it take for us to feast?
An hour.
Then we should land because that's something you need to concentrate on, right?
I mean, it takes an hour. Like, what is it?
To eat.
10 minutes to cast, but you have to spend an hour eating it.
Okay. Well, while you're casting that, we're dead.
I'm assuming we have the gem encrusted bowl somewhere.
I do believe we have one. Yes.
Excuse me, have you seen our gem encrusted bowl? I must feast.
Well, if you're going to be... Well, I don't think we should be dead in the water in the air for 10 minutes. We probably should land and do this and then continue our journey.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere for us to safely land? I mean, it sounds like it's
Technically,
pretty
someone else could
jagged.
attune, right?
Anywhere outside the town of Phandalin would probably be okay, in the plains just before the mountains.
I'm thinking somewhere with, like,
cover, so we could kind of hide the ship.
The entire Tribord Trail is generally wooded, so yeah, should be okay.
Yeah, we could do that.
Well, let's do
Alright,
that then.
let's land there.
With that, Bert will start setting the harpoons and cannons, whatever weaponry we have on the ship, to be ready.
Yar. Alright. Then let me go ahead and re-pull up the Spelljammer book. So that way I've got your guys' stat block, because it seems like we're going to be fighting from the ship. Let's see.
Are we
And this is
combating
your
in
lamprey.
Are we combating in tabletop?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, I've got your lamprey there. Matter of fact, I actually literally have it on tabletop still. Ha ha ha. Brilliant. Okay. Well, anything interesting going over your hero's feast?
I want to bring a plate to Eliza.
Okay.
Can I?
I want
Okay,
her-
wait. I was thinking it'd be funny if, because I was thinking, I was thinking of doing that. So if, I don't know, if they were like ran into each other both, like with a plate, like, oh, well, okay. Also,
I imagine
Amatrin, you
it is-
know?
Yes, of course I know.
Okay. Don't tell Colt.
I see everything on the ship.
Yet.
I
I will tell him. Not yet.
Oh, I heard your entire conversation.
Oh, wait. Hang on. When did you stop listening?
I didn't.
So, when I talked to her last night.
I can see and hear everything that goes on in the ship while I'm commanding it. But I'm not gonna say anything. You can trust me.
Alright, that's fine. And then I will
Ooh, random
DM you
table
with
roll
stuff
for me.
later.
It's gonna be difficult to keep her a secret for too long. You're gonna have to
No, I know.
at some
I'll
point.
tell Colt. I will tell him.
We
I'm not.
had
But
an effect
if you-
rolled.
If you do so with me and Vel there, I'm sure we can support you.
Yeah, no, I wanted to do it with you guys. I don't really want to do it on my own.
Well, and as you start saying that, because of our random table roll, as you both begin to speak to each other and your conversation peters out, like you start talking in just a little bit more gibberish until you find it difficult to speak at all, as now
Oh.
pink bubbles are frothing out of your mouth.
My God.
Both of us, or just
Both of you, yeah.
What is going on?
Then I'll just switch to telepathy. So
I don't think I
this
can
is-
respond, can I?
Should be able to.
No,
I think.
Oh,
No.
Not for
Oh,
telepathy.
right, not message.
not telepathy.
Alan's like visibly freaking out. He's like, what is going
Amateur thinks this is normal.
on?
But yeah, no, don't worry for me. I'm here to support you.
You know, it's.
Did you want to bring her some food? I thought it would be good to get her in on the feast.
He nods again. He's got the
You seem
pink
to be
bubbles.
Do you seem to be having some trouble talking? Did you want me
Points
to
at
bring
his
some food,
mouth.
or- Yes, I see.
They're very foamy.
Yeah, the bubbles are yummy.
Foamy.
Oh, foamy. I heard yummy. Do I have rabies?
No, they're fluffy.
For the next minute.
Oh my God, I do have rabies. He's like just wiping it away. He's like, you do it, but he'll be like in the background so that Eliza could still see him when
Alright,
when Amatrine opens the door.
Yeah, no. take the 2 plates to Eliza.
2 of them. We should bring one back.
She will accept both plates curiously, like, damn, that's a lot of food.
Sorry, if you eat this, it's magic, and it will it will help you.
Thank you.
It'll keep you safe.
She kind of like sets a helmet off to the side. She's in pretty much her entire plate armor minus the helmet.
Are you going to come with us?
Better to suit up and help if I need to. I would not like to intrude. What was your name again?
Sorry, my name. And she's still like foaming at the mouth. This is all telepathy. My name's Ametrine. I'm a very good friend of Elian and Bella.
She kind of nods. Don't worry about the bubbles, by the way. They tend to go away in a minute.
I wasn't worried.
I am.
Oh.
You can see Elian in the background, like, stop. He's like, okay.
Are you also in the dragon hunting business?
Yes.
Oh, well. Just make sure they are okay out there, you know? Those things can get out of hand quickly.
Right. Thank you. Do you have any suggestions or maybe some possible useful information?
Well, those things do have a habit of flying out of reach, so and try to eliminate its. She kind of looks around. You know, I did wonder why I didn't feel waves, and I thought maybe, you know, that's what you get when you're in a gem for 20 some odd years, I guess.
Oh no, this is a spelljammer.
A what?
A spelljammer, so you can it's like so you know a ship, right?
I I know of it, yes.
Like in the water?
Typically,
like
yes. Yeah.
It's like that, but in space.
But
So,
how?
nothing. Oh, magic.
And who controls that magic?
I do.
From where?
Oh, the helm over here.
Right. That's my point. Who's in the helm? Oh, it's landed. Okay. I'm sitting here thinking, like, did you guys start flying again? Because that's gonna be bad.
Falling from the sky.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, I
the
piloted
chill
from
ship.
upstairs and oh god.
Oops.
Don't worry, it's on autopilot.
Well, that's handy. Well, I appreciate it. Just wait, are you fighting it in the ship?
Not in the ship, but we're planning on fighting it around the ship.
Well, all right. So long as you don't mind it getting tore up, that'll at least get you away from any of its breath weapons.
Torn up? What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, you know, if you're
It's
going to
gonna
use
destroy
this
the
thing
ship.
as cover, you know, those are big beasts. It will tear this apart.
Not my ship.
Suppose you could always tuck it away somewhere. But then again, you won't be much use on foot without taking its flight advantage away.
We fought a couple of what are they? Astro dreadnoughts?
Her eyes kind of widen. Just what do you people do?
A lot of bad stuff.
That's fine.
Wow. You guys have done some stuff.
I think the ship will be okay. I hope.
She crosses her fingers visibly.
Totally unconvinced.
I have full faith. Her eyes kind of go off to the side for a second.
But you seem to be very good at fixing things. Maybe we can get you to fix the ship afterwards.
Sure, mending's a simple cantrip.
Do you think
Well.
do you think the ship will need more words? Do you think Do you think the after a dragon attack of mending cantrip will be okay?
Depending on the size of the holes, maybe.
Okay. Well, happy to have you on board.
You may not want to
Should
tell
we
anyone
order
I'm
dinner
here. Apparently, Elian is getting a little touchy about my presence, which I can understand.
Elian tends to be touchy about a lot of things.
I'm right here.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, you can't hear Amatrine's side of the conversation.
Oh, okay. But he still heard
helps.
what Eliza said, so he'll still say that.
Good luck on your dragon hunt today. Knock if you need anything.
Of course. And I'll be piloting, so I can let you know how things are going as it happens.
Feel like I'm living the real life tale of that small sorcerer boy who got locked in a broom cupboard.
Oh God. What was his name? Perry Hodder?
Something like that.
Didn't Meow and his wife have like a honeymoon suite based off of his life?
He did.
He did.
It was
I thought
fascinating.
about that, but I feel like somebody would have gone in there too.
Well,
All right.
as you know, as the Elvis say, bon appetit.
Yeah, that's yep.
He smiles grazie.
Oh my God.
All right, Canon, elves are Italian.
No,
Yay.
French. That was French. Bon
Yeah,
appetit
you
is
said
French.
you said Italian, but she said French.
Yeah.
We
Bon
established
appetit.
that we established
it
that
was-
elves were French the other day, or not the other day, a long time ago.
Yeah.
I like fucking with people. All right.
Bon appetit.
So, anything else going on? Because Hero's Feast is done.
So, what does that
Any
get
other
us in?
preparations?
I also want to mention to Elian in passing, like, I didn't realize you were missing a body. You were missing an eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was I didn't know about that.
Well, I mean, I
I-
know now you do, but
But if you want, I can't do it today. But if you want, maybe tomorrow I can fix it for you.
like in what way?
Like I can regrow back a body part.
Don't want any magic near it, if that's okay.
That's okay. I just thought I'd offer.
Honestly, I'm kind of okay with having it's kind of cool. I can just like take it out and put it back in. I can change the color of it. Like I get to wear eye patches sometimes. Like it's kind of cool.
Anyone on the top deck, roll me perception.
Oh boy.
Inbound.
then-
Am I
go ahead.
with Alien down in the fort or something?
I was with Amatrine going to visit Liza in the closet.
Yeah, I'm probably still.
What a
stuck in the fort.
sentence.
I would have woken you up for the hero's feast, though.
True, so
Yeah,
I'm
but-
probably
You're
with the
probably
majority
eating.
of people.
Yeah, you're probably eating.
24?
Yeah.
31.
25.
Oh my
Because
Wow.
if everyone's up on deck, so I would be too then. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
I disappeared for a second there and I wasn't sure what had happened.
All good.
Okay, well, with that in mind,
What does
Uh,
hero's feast give us again? Sorry.
Oh, Hero's Feast. Sorry, let me finish that process.
advantage on wisdom saves, I believe.
It does a lot more than that.
It gives us like health, like temp HP too.
Yeah, there's
Yep, we
additional
gotta
max
roll
and
it.
some temp and
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, no, it's not temp. It's additional. So
additional max.
cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison, and being frightened makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Hit point. My goodness, hit point max is increased by 2d10, which I will roll right now.
For those of you that rolled your perceptions,
Eight
both the
plus
numbers
five.
I heard were already high enough. Swooping back from the lower edge of the peaks, this shining white form swoops towards the top of the fortress, where it like kind of Aki. I tried to say fucking soccer and hockey at the same time. Where it kind of hockey slides onto the roof and
Nice.
Yeah, so everybody's
max HP, so not temp HP, max HP is increased by 14.
Okay, thank you. I gotta take a picture of my current health because I will forget.
If you click on your current health on the character sheet, it'll pull up a pop-up that'll allow you to add 14 to your max HP modifier.
You're right.
Hell yeah.
And this is for the next 24 hours.
Alright.
I feel like Val does an inspiring speech by just making everyone stay silent in remembrance for Meow for like 9 minutes and then tells them, don't die.
Oh my god.
How
Perfect.
how much temp is that?
For
It's been a while. I think it's like 16. Let me check. Feats. Inspiring leader. Oh, 21 temporary HP.
Jesus.
21?
Yeah, that's for 6 people, so I think that's just the party.
This is beautiful.
Peace. All right.
So 21 temp.
Yeah, that's temp. Not onto your max, that's just temp.
So
I'll
then,
take it.
what's the plan? Heading in?
Are we taking to the air and heading towards it, armed and ready to attack? I mean, listen, I've only talked to one dragon. And,
Yeah, are we communicating with it?
Prof can speak it.
This is me out of character. Did we decide that we're doing that?
I think
No,
we
we
should.
didn't. I'm just throwing that out there as a possible
Yeah,
solution.
sorry, what do
Wait,
we...
why
Can
are
we
we
go back?
fighting
Is
this
this the
thing?
dragon that was terrorizing the area between
yes,
Neverwinter and...
Waterdeep.
Specifically
Yes.
killing Thane's homies.
Okay, that's what I thought
Yeah,
it was.
so
I
like,
just wasn't
we
so
could
sure.
have a quick chat, but I think we're predisposed towards killing it. Because it's clearly done bad things.
I mean, we can give it a warning to leave this area. If it leaves, it leaves. But,
So everybody, just as a warning, or just as a reminder how the ship works, like, there are the, 3 ballista? 4 ballista?
3,
Um,
4. Yep. 3 up front,
4,
1 in the back.
2 people to man it.
3 of those, though.
3 ballista and then 1 claw?
Well,
is it?
4 ballista, 1 claw, but each ballista has a maximum crew, like an effective crew of 3, because there's 1 action to load it, 1 action to aim it, 1 action to fire. I'll give you the initial load action, but there's a total of 3 actions that need to be spent to get these things going.
So it might be worth using the ballista on it right away. If someone can use the claw, we can grapple it and prevent it from flying around and hold it in place.
So how much damage do these ballistas do? Is it worth doing that instead of some other cooler spells?
3d10. Piercing.
I'm going to man the front.
Non-magical though, right?
Mm-hmm. Non-magical.
I'm going to man the front ballista.
All right. Let's see.
I'm staying
Let's-
down where the broom closet is. I have an idea.
Down in the broom closet. Oh
Down
god.
in the broom
I got
closet.
shiver.
If you're down in the broom closet, do you wanna man the grappling jaws?
No.
No. Firm no.
I have something. Let me I'm making sure that
Okay.
I can actually do it, but like I do have something.
All right. So I will, in fact, just go ahead and move the actual lamprey board over here. And you guys can place yourselves where you want to be. So we know for sure that Colt... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I got you. Yeah. Colt's here.
You're up there. We've decided that right here is where your spell jamming helm is, just before the grapple room. Elian, I'll place you where the broom closet would be, quote, quote.
Thanks.
Bert, top deck, yeah?
Bert's going to be manning the grappling hook.
Nice. Okay.
That sounds
Downstairs
like
with
an
damage tree.
idea that he can get behind.
Rue, where you at?
I kind of want to be with Elian.
Broom closet.
Yeah, and Elian's
No
there, I'm
way!
there. I'm trying to steal the ring.
Okay, so we have you hiding.
How do you even know that I have it?
Great. That is also true.
Great tactical decision.
How would you even know that I have it? You
This
wouldn't.
is true. Well, unless you saw it, but even so,
Well, I mean,
maybe
yeah,
it's a
if
hero's
I was
piece.
lurking after you.
Okay, where's everyone else?
Yep,
I'm
Radagast.
top deck.
Top deck for Croft. Are you with the Colt Ballista team?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I think Val might also be with Colt. Because he's
We
like at the
have
front
one
ballista,
full
right?
ballista then. Yep, front ballista.
Yeah. She'll be helping out there.
All right, Radagast.
And the sleeping quarters.
All right, I know right where that is. In fact, it's right here.
Can't say
Alright.
this is the best deployment I've seen.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, all is as it should be. So what's the plan? You guys heading right in? You trying to take cloud cover? You trying to go from below the mountains and hit it? Tell me about your approach.
I say we take cloud cover and come in from above.
Death from above?
Well, I mean, again, if you're a major predator you usually look down on the
Sure.
world.
No,
and you
I'm
look
all
up.
for it.
To vaguely quote Avatar.
My plan is if my two companions up here are going to help load and aim, Colt with his sharpshooter feat and steady aim bonus action can shoot with advantage at 480 feet. He's going to take as many shots as possible before the ship is engaged by the dragon. So, whatever mechanic that is, that will be his plan.
Okay. Anyone else have input?
Okay.
I'm gonna do something, but
You're gonna do something
yeah.
at some point. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say right before we get in there, I'll do Bardic Inspiration. So everybody gets a 1d10 that they can add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
All right.
I can do that for 5 people. That's basically everybody but me. And Elian's not on deck, so I'll just do it to everybody that's on deck.
Only me and Vel are on deck.
I thought isn't Bert too?
Nope.
Bert's below.
Nope.
The controls for the hook are
right.
below deck.
Sure. Well then, Vel and Colt get inspiration or 1d10.
Also, to answer your question, Buck, I'm not sure what the range is on this hook, but that would be what
10
I'm
feet.
determining.
It's 10 feet.
10 feet. All right.
It's 10 feet. And it's
well, then
4d10 piercing damage.
He'll be communicating with Amatrine to strategically get him close enough.
Yeah.
At some point.
Okay. So let me digest this. As safe as you can. Hey, always love when you drop in. So as safe as you can, then you want to take your cloud cover, break out, make your attacks as you can, and initiate that way. Just kind of like, shoo, swoop in, try to hit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's probably the best thing we can do without getting boxed in.
Your normal range for the ballista is anywhere from 120 to 480 feet. Anything past 120, you got disadvantage on.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter! So, at 480 feet. I am bonus action steady aiming, breathing out, and then.
Yeet. All right. Then, wow, this is gonna be really weird. Let's look at the Spelljammer here. Okay. Good. Doesn't give you
Cue
stats. Then
new
yeah,
music.
Amatrine, roll ship stealth.
How-
You're gonna be stealthy. It's your stealth.
It's my stealth.
Yep. We're gonna use your stealth because the ship doesn't have stats.
Can we use Colt stealth?
18.
If Colt was piloting. Okay. All right.
I rolled
So-
a 19 for an 18.
In the midday sun, you guys kind of begin your ascent and break up through the clouds using your location techniques from the spelljamming helm. You sense right above until it wants to pull you back down, and you guys begin your increasingly fast dive. Wind whipping through your hair when you finally break cloud cover. You see over top of a icy fortress that looks like this.
Oh no!
I will say that Val has the
That
carpet
is-
rolled up next to her
Yeah.
just in case.
You have what? Oh, the
We
rug?
have the magic
Carpet stuff.
carpet.
Flying, yeah.
And I'm just going to quickly double
If someone
check
else wants to have
our
that.
friend's passive perception.
Colt's gonna give Vel's shoulder a squeeze and winks at her.
As we're approaching, Bert will kind of yell out to Amatrine. We'll have one, maybe two good shots before the dragon gets too close enough for us to continue firing on it without it attacking the ship. At that point, if you can get me in range, I'll try to grapple it to keep it from flying away.
Will do.
Hey. It doesn't see or hear you yet, as you guys are breaking within about 1,000 feet. You guys still staying on course?
Tora! For all you history buffs
All right.
out there.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. Cool. Then, I guess as soon as you break 480 feet,
I'm
do
doing.
you fire?
Yeah, I'm doing for visually showing what the hat looks like.
Wait,
Hey.
wait, we're not trying to talk to it at all? We're just firing?
Nope.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All
I'm
right.
not going to complain. I just wanted to double check that we didn't forget about that.
So, then everyone go ahead and roll me initiative.
There we go.
Cryovane will be surprised.
Ooh, nat 20 on initiative. Let's go.
Hey,
That one, baby.
you're
Oh,
sleep-
Radagast.
well, you're sleeping, so that makes perfect
That
sense.
Makes perfect sense.
I'm in REM sleep.
So that's a 23 for Bert.
Oh, you nat one.
3 for Anakin.
You nat 20, right?
Correct.
I got a 13. I still go before you.
Of course you do.
All right.
How?
And I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
He's very fast. He's a he's a swashbuckler. He's got some
Oh
sort of
yeah,
power.
I have a plus.
Oh, that's right. You get a plus.
I have plus
yeah,
11 to my initiative.
That's right.
I didn't
Okay, roll
realize I
for
was
10.
muted. Can we break
Alright,
real quick? I want a snack before we start combat.
Go get your
Until I
snack
had to go-
right now.
Tell I had to go to the
Well,
bathroom.
I
Okay,
don't-
okay.
Buck's
Someone's in
literally
the
not
bathroom,
here.
so-
Run.
I'm gonna run.
No,
okay?
Run.
Stop talking and
Better
go.
run.
I know we don't like AI art, but
will break. They think you can't hear them. They forget we live together.
We're not at break. All right, is
Are we
everyone ready?
not?
No. This is a quick one. Everyone ready for this dragon combat? I didn't think we'd
Yeah.
actually
Good
get
job, my
here.
dad.
I didn't think we'd get here tonight. A lot of emotional
Yeah,
talks.
Hey.
Radagast, are you?
Yeah.
Radagast, are you gonna be part of the combat or no?
Part of the what?
You fighting with us,
The
buddy?
combat.
Yeah. I just rolled initiative.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, just was wondering why you were in.
I'm-
Why Radagast was sleeping.
I'm a bit out of it.
We're all
I
getting
thought
ready.
I didn't realize
The
when
long
Major
rest.
popped in. When did you come in?
We had one.
About 2
We
hours
had
ago.
One, yeah, like we had a hero's feast.
I know we did.
Yeah, he's been here.
Okay.
He's been here since about.
Yeah,
he's been here like
I'm
2
just
hours.
letting you guys been letting you guys have it out.
He's got the
Hey,
itis
sorry
after the
about
hero's
that.
feast.
He's been here since the first break.
I heard the max health upgrade, and we did the hour of eating,
Okay.
and
I'm just
we
trying
took
to-
a long
I'm
rest
just-
to get to the peak,
I'm just
and now
player-
about that is
I'm
dragon.
just player to player checking in with you and seeing what like.
Oh,
if you're
gotcha,
okay
gotcha.
and-
I appreciate you. Yeah, it
I'm-
was
yeah, I'm
plus
just
10,
checking
right?
in and making sure. Yeah. Well, no, it's plus 14. Plus
And
14
then
max,
Amatrine, what'd you get
21.
for?
Gotcha.
21 temp. Yeah, no, I just because you said you were asleep in the bunks when we were about to fight a dragon, so I just wanted to double check and make sure you're.
What'd you get for initiative, Amatrine?
More for the
Big three.
theatrics.
What was that?
A big 3.
A big 3. Okay. I thought I heard 3 and also 18, so I was like, let me double check. Okay. Colt, you are
Feels
actually
like a
top
really
of the
Radagast
board.
thing to do.
Roll to hit.
Okay.
It is really Radagast to do.
It's a plus 6, so 19.
We follow the ballista as it cuts its way through the air, sailing 480 feet. Ping! Just to the side of Cryovane's head.
Well, think we got his attention. Reload.
All right.
That's it.
It's Cryovane's turn, who is surprised, and he looks up and screams. That is his turn.
Did we have an advantage because it was a surprise round?
So let's see. He gave himself advantage anyway with steady aim.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So it doesn't matter.
Colt, Colt over the wind. He called us fools.
Croft, you're up.
Cool.
Reload.
Sure, I guess I'll reload.
All right. One of your actions is dedicated to load. Got a bonus action?
Not anything that's useful.
All right.
It's too far away to do anything. So yeah.
Vel.
I guess I should just do the A. Is it aim?
Yep, aim.
Yeah. I will aim, and I think we're too far away to do anything, aren't we? Are we still like 400 feet
Currently,
away?
you're 480 feet out until Amatrine moves forward, and the ship can go 35 feet per round.
Okay, well that's all I will do then.
All right. So Croft slams a bolt in, racks it back. Colt, you're trying to keep it steady, but you had to give him some leverage. Vel comes back in, helps you reset it for the next shot. Bert, you're down in the grapple jaw chair, and you can see through the slit right above the grapple jaws where a ballista has just barely missed Cryovane. What would you like to do?
Well, Bert is going to curse his luck and say, Wave, how do you feel about fighting a dragon today?
Well, it doesn't swim, but we could make it swim.
Yes, and Black Razor, have you ever feasted on the soul of a dragon before?
Many dragons, many times. They taste of delicious cinnamon.
That's weird, but you might get another one today, so to battle, friends! And with that, he's gonna just point his finger because he can't do anything, and that's his action. That's my turn.
You're not gonna throw a wave at him?
Very nice.
Come on, try it. It's fun.
It's
Gotta put it in the ballista first.
Dude, that would be amazing.
That would be awesome. Can we do that at one point?
Well, it's up to you to try. Then Rue,
Absolutely not.
you are downstairs, right next to the ladder that would take you to the top deck, hiding in a corner, glaring across at Elian, who is suspiciously like guarding a broom closet
Ooh, random table.
or random table.
A scary one.
Let's find out what's happening.
Was
on
I
your
too late to
turn.
take my turn?
It's. What were you doing? What do you mean? Sorry.
I was making a snack.
No,
No, your turn has yet to come up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, look, random table. Let's go ahead.
Oh boy.
Rue, go ahead and describe for me what you're doing while I grab that.
She's not gonna want to leave whatever Elian is doing right this second. So,
Sorry, what was your initiative roll, Rue?
10.
oh,
Okay, because I got a dirty 20. I just rolled twice
It
because I had
must
advantage.
have taken your first one. Got it. Then,
My first one was a dirty 20
well, it reset
Wait,
it to
that works
5 for
better.
whatever reason.
because I rolled again because I had advantage. So I was just, anyways, sorry. That's why
Sorry,
I was just like,
want it
hey,
recorded.
no, it's all good. I was just like, this doesn't seem right.
yeah, I wanted you to go before me anyways. That works.
All right.
But whatever works.
Let's scrub really quick. What you got? Elliot?
Okay. Yes. Wait. Okay. Wait. So what happened while I was gone? Sorry. Who did
They
we get?
shot
Colt?
and missed, and then they've loaded and aimed the ballista.
Okay. Where is this dragon?
He's 480 feet on top of this fortress on a completely separate board. I'll put him on the grid when you can, when I can quantify
So he's
that
a
easily for
little
you.
far. So, okay. So I'm gonna go into the closet and shut the door with Eliza and be like, okay, when the time comes, my body is gonna go unconscious. Just take care of it. I guess I don't really know. Like, I'm trusting you with my body. So, and also, I'm gonna look really scary in a minute. So just don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. Just don't freak out, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So as a bonus action, he takes his form of dread.
Oh wow.
And his voice is kind of distorted, and he's like, "Don't worry, it's still me. I look a little scarier, and I'm stronger now, so I can do some cool stuff. But don't worry about it. And then he will cast project spirit, or spirit projection.
So for the random table roll, I will go ahead and insert this here. For the next minute, so for the next 10 rounds, anytime Elian speaks to anybody, you gotta shout.
Oh.
Me, I gotta shout? Or they
Well,
gotta
you
shout?
don't have to, but Elian has to shout.
Elian has to shout.
Anytime he
So-
speaks for the next 10 rounds.
For
Next
That's
9.
not the random table roll.
That's the random table roll.
Oh, that's just for fun.
Yeah.
All right, great. So he's gonna. All right, he's gonna cast project spirit. So his body will go limp, and he will go. He will he can fly now because he's so cool. No, so he's gonna go his spirit. I guess Eliza can see spirit.
Let's see. Yep, it resembles your mortar form in every single way.
All right, so scary two. There's two of them now. There's two forms of dread now, basically. And he's just gonna shout. He's gonna be like, "Don't worry, everything is fine. I'll be back." Stop making fun of me. And he goes. He flies up. So he's like, here now, right?
Yep.
And then, so how much movement would that take about?
10, 15, 20.
20, and then 25, 30. So he's just gonna be chilling right by the whatever that thing is. Or he'll be chilling here. Whatever this thing is. He'll just chill there. Well, until he can move again. But that's
Okay.
I'm cool. I think that's all I can do.
Rue, you kind of just watch Elian pop into the closet and then just fly through the door in like this weird projection and then float up the ladder.
Yeah, Rue is gonna nope right out of there.
Oh yeah, was that the first time Rue ever saw Elian?
I've never seen that before.
No, but especially since he's a spirit, what if she just thinks it's like a ghost in the ship? Like the ship's fucking haunted, man.
Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, what happened to Elliot?
Good thing you're immune to being frightened too.
That's
Otherwise
right.
you'd have to
That
roll.
is true.
It was really funny.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna climb that ladder and get back up on deck with everybody else because I would not want to be alone down there. And then who's gonna be closest to the ladder?
Me.
No.
This is payback for the rings.
It is. Yeah. Would I be able to tell that it's you?
Yeah, it looks exactly like Elian in every way.
Yeah, the scary part.
Gotcha. Yeah, so if Rue can at least halfway recognize that it's you, she's just gonna like give a nervous wave and kind of get as far away from you as possible.
Now that being said, in the form of dread, it looks like evil face melty Elian,
Yeah,
but like
it looks like scary evil face.
it's wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, but
Really
enough
funny.
that I'd be able to tell.
Yeah, you're like, ooh.
Okay,
What
yeah.
happened to
Yeah, not trying to steal anything off of you anymore. Yep, all good now.
Yay! Oh my god, that's all I had to do. Perfect.
Yep, Rue's like, truce, we're good.
We're cool, bro.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
good. And then
You've
I'm
moved
gonna-
up our ladder then?
Yeah, I'm up the ladder and gonna shoot the dragon. Let's see here.
What you got on your longbow again?
I need to remember what I.
And you're right in front of a ballista.
Well, can I like get out of the way? What?
Like,
One action would fire.
yeah, like you
Oh,
Your
okay.
longbow can go out to 600 feet though, and you did take sharpshooter, didn't you?
Yeah.
You can fire your
so
longbow
my
just fine.
longbow is a plus 13.
Yeah. Your longbow will hit out there.
Okay, yeah, I'll hit with that. 16.
So your arrow let loose from the back, Vel, Colt, Croft over your heads. A normal arrow fired from the back of the ship. It too flies down towards Cryovane, but misses its mark.
Okay, I'm gonna use the one thing that I can use to re-roll that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that ranger feature you were looking at.
Sorry, I'm tired. 23.
All right. As if buffeted by the wind on its way down into the noggin of Cryovane, roll damage.
Sweet. That is gonna
Ready
be a
for it now.
1d plus 5, so that is a 9. And then I'm going to bonus action. Favored foe. So that'll be another 1d8 actually, the first time. Okay, another 3 points of damage.
All right.
And then that'll be it.
Perfect. So that would take us to Ametry.
action dash with the lamprey, move 35. I guess 70 feet.
70,
down.
yeah. Okay.
And that's all I can do.
Okay. We are 410 feet away, ladies and gentlemen. Radagast, you've heard the ballistas let loose. Maybe a possible shriek from Rue. and the roar of a dragon, what do you do?
Imagine also, like, does he feel like the angle of the ship diving down?
So they do produce their own gravity.
Oh, yeah.
So not really, no.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah. Otherwise,
He
yeah,
just,
that'd be real.
He just like wakes up and gets like up on his back really quickly and like swear he heard something and just kind of like rubs his eyes and shakes his head and like walks over to the kitchen to make second dinner.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 checks out.
We really need to have like an alarm system on this ship, like
a bell.
Read.
Hey,
Battle
I
station.
gotta ask, there's a dragon. Are you gonna help or?
I believe she's shouting that through the walls of the Amatrine as you exit the door.
Probably shouting. Yeah.
I mean, we're so far away. Like, I'm going to help. Yes, I'm just playing this out. I think it's funny.
Okay.
I love it.
He's going to get a glass of milk real quick. All right.
But what about second breakfast?
Second breakfast. Okay.
What a perfect reference.
Top of round 2. Colt, you're locked and loaded.
All right, let's try this again. Same second verse, same as the first.
And while you're rolling, so I figured out what's wrong with the entries for initiative. So when we go to roll things with advantage, make sure we're either, if we're using our phones, tapping and holding to roll the roll as advantage,
Or right click.
or right clicking.
Yeah.
Because
Got
if
it.
we roll 2 separate entries, it won't log the second entry. It'll only take whatever
Okay.
happened first. But if you roll it with advantage, it'll automatically calculate the highest
That
one.
was my first one, so I think it took my second one as the newest.
It could
one.
have.
But anyways, okay, I know that for next time now, because I was
But
like,
it'll
yeah.
overwrite whichever entry happens. I'll put it to you
Yeah.
that way.
Okay, I'll do that next time.
And
26.
very nice. That'll hit.
All right, so ballistas are 3d10.
3d10.
3d10. Okay. That is 24 points of damage.
Okay.
Now, with a ranged weapon, would I get sneak attack since I'm shooting with advantage? I'll leave that judgment up to you.
Give me just a moment. Always love the sneak attacks. Let's see. Gotta have advantage. Only if it's a finesse or a ranged. So it is technically a range, but what do we classify ballista as? It is a object, which makes a ranged weapon attack using the bolt. So I suppose the bolt itself is what we're looking at. That's a ranged weapon. Sure, why not?
All right. I was okay either way. For you are graceful and kind. 32 additional points of damage.
Hey, I'll just as quick take it as I can give, but I didn't see a reason. So let's see, what was that? Let's look here again.
56
32.
total.
Another 32. All right. Oh, not 321, 32. There we go. Okay. Yep, it didn't seem to enjoy that.
Colt will give a little hat tip, assuming it has amazing sight at that range. That's it.
Then next up, Bert.
I mean, at this point, we're what's still like over 400 feet away from it.
410 feet to the dot.
All right. I mean, I can't really think of anything that he would do.
Enjoy the comfiness of the grapple jaws.
Yeah, you know, he'll be fiddling around with it, trying to get used to how it works, I guess you could say.
We should all be shooting from ballistas at range, what we should be doing right now.
Gets a sip of coffee from Radagast.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Well, I wanted him to be down there and ready for it when we got to the actual engagement with it. Because of movement speed, getting down to the actual grapple would have taken a few turns. He'll just say, "Great job up there, guys! You're doing wonderful. Very impressive shot, Colt."
I know.
You give the aid action or like help action.
To what
Somebody.
though?
How?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I helping
you
with?
can do? Or like, it's like, hey, I'm going to help the next person making a check. If and that's something you want. I don't know. I mean, I don't really think we have anything that we're checking on right now, but.
I think you can only help someone if they're within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, I think
that
that's
too.
the issue. You know what? Never mind. I was gonna say beast sense, but I have to touch it, so never mind. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Neat. So then it's his turn. And from the roof of the fortress, great mighty wings kind of kick up, and he bullets his way up into the air at a blistering 160 feet.
Holy
Yep.
shit!
Yeah, he's coming to us. Like, I wouldn't worry.
I would hope so at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's now 250 feet away from you.
Okay. Okay.
Getting closer, getting closer. Come on,
Alright.
60 feet.
Elliot, in your proper place on the initiative list now.
Ah, yes. I will use my most valuable turn to walk over. Wait, hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. To walk over here, because I can't really do anything else until it comes closer, because all of my spells, the highest one is the range of 120 feet, so... Actually, no, I got 240, but that's Eldritch Blast, and I can't use that right now.
You could use your action.
You are literally just 10 feet out from that. That fucking sucks.
Right, but I can't even use it anyways.
True.
I'm in my spiritual form, so...
Oh.
But yeah, he's just gonna come up behind, all ghostly and shit. He's hovering off the floor. You've never seen him do that before, but now he is. Now he can fly. Because he's cool now. He's cooler.
Coolian.
Coolian. Oh my god. We
All
just
right.
No, I'm just kidding. And that's it.
Elliot was always cool.
I agree, honestly. Okay, I'm done though. I have nothing else I can do until he comes closer, so.
Okay. So then at the end of your turn, he's going to make half his movement speed forward.
Ooh.
That's upsetting.
Within 210 now.
Still not enough.
All right. And that would put us to Croft.
Come closer, coward.
Oh, I have a really bad idea.
Do it. Do it.
All right, cool. I'm going to dimension door to 200. What you said is 210 feet. So I'm going to dimension door. Yeah, I'm going to dimension door diagonally 60 feet away from it, like up and 60 feet away. So I guess that would only put me 160 feet basically away from it.
Yeah,
I love
feet away
that.
from it.
Mm-hmm.
But 60 feet like in the air above it.
Right.
So how quickly do I fall in a round? I probably should have asked that
Oh,
first.
God. So, let's see.
Actually, it doesn't matter. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Around.
I think it is 60 feet in a round, but I can testify they're following with my reaction. And it's technically two on a different person's turn, because it'd be two different spells on a different turn.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well.
So I'm going to attempt to land on this dragon, hopefully.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Or
Well,
I die.
I mean, you could dimension door right to his back since you can see him, right?
Can't go that far.
Yeah, I could. It's
Could you?
500 feet.
500 feet.
500 feet.
Yeah.
The problem is, I mean, yeah, I probably do that.
Hey, you know what? Go for it, man. Just...
No, yeah.
Well, I mean, the results are the same. You're still going to have to make the exact same check. Although I will tell you, like, trying to pop onto his back is going to be better for you than not.
Trying to time the
Yeah,
landing.
yeah, it's probably a better idea. I had an idea, but I don't think it's going to work great because he's gonna dash in his next turn, and I forgot about that. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt to just hold on to his back as I dimension door onto his back. Or its
All
back,
right.
I think.
So we've got a ship flying, what is essentially straight towards the ground, a dragon flying straight up. It's intense. Croft takes one look at both of you on the ballista and goes, I have a terrible idea. And pop, gone. And you see him kind of reform towards the base of the dragon. He flips, turns, goes to reach out. Make me a dexterity save.
As he pops away, Colt says, "You're not going to re-look." God damn it!
Oh, that's not good. I think I have something that helps that.
That was
just as fast as he was here. Now he's gone.
No.
I'm not gonna die. I'm not worried about falling.
But, like-
because I can feather fall.
We can't come and get you though.
Oh, my bend luck is just a creature I can see, I believe.
It's not a
Starting
save.
to a creature's
You do
attack
have
roll ability to make saving
inspiration
throw.
before it's decided if it's a pass or fail. Just a reminder.
And if you want a D4, I'm happy to give it to you.
I doubt a D4 is gonna help.
That being said,
okay,
what
in
is
which
the
case I
roll?
won't.
So at least that way we know. And I will refrain from telling you pass or fail until...
Well, right now it's 100% a fail because it's an 8. I know that's a fail. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no!
You have
What if
inspiration.
the DC's like 10?
But it's not. I can promise you it's not. It's not 10.
not.
That would be like. I can promise you it's not 10.
Yeah. Look, hope is not something you should
Yeah,
kill.
true.
Okay. Well, what do you guys want to do? Are we using any of our abilities to try to change the outcome of our dice, or are we good with the outcome?
Oh no, I definitely want to try and. I thought I'd know because it's nope, that doesn't work. It's ability checks.
Oh, and not saves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or yeah, it's so I guess I have to spend inspiration
All right.
and re-roll, right? Or that's
Yep.
the plus
Inspiration would just give you advantage. So yeah, you
one?
you roll again, take the higher.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Not great. Not worse, but not great. That's an 11. And I don't think I have anything else I can do to it.
Well, hang on a second. Do you reckon it's possible the DC is 15 and a D4 might help?
It's possible.
I think that's
In which
definitely possible.
You can roll a D4.
Sweet.
Let's
With a-
go for.
Twitch of Vel's fingers, a move you've seen many times before, Colt. You see her wishing him luck.
Ba-ba-da-ba. That is a 4 for a 15.
Let's go.
Oh boy! The DC is 16.
You go to reach out, and you slip on its first couple spines. You begin falling back down towards the tail, and you grab one.
Oh!
Arm like
Oh,
jolts out
boy.
of his socket.
Mm-hmm.
Just, ow! That was
He starts
really
kind of
dumb.
whipping you back and forth. Get off! Gosh.
Oh boy!
I don't know if we've technically succeeded, but you've succeeded.
I'm at least not falling currently.
You are at least not falling. All right. Anything else you'd like to do, sir?
Nope. That'll complete my turn.
Wow!
Dope.
That's fucking crazy.
So lucky.
Okay. Oh man. Let's double check this really quick. So yeah. At the end of your turn, he's going to attempt to whip his tail up against the side of his wing really quick and like flap.
Sure.
Take a slap at you. And then what's your AC? I didn't add you into the initiative.
18.
list. Okay. That'll hit.
What's the... Can I ask
19.
What die roll is? 19? I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay.
That's a +5.
It is indeed. It kind of just bounces against the shield for a moment. It goes,
Stop that!
okay. Next up, Vel.
Val's gonna glance at Colt and be like, I don't think the ballista's gonna happen. So she wait, so this guy, he's still like 200 feet away?
210.
Do we know how fast the flying carpet is?
Oh.
Roll me history. Oh, were you there? Did they have that? Anyway, you know what? It's still history anyway.
19.
Let's see. Carpet of flying.
I did examine it like with arcane knowledge quite well earlier, to be fair.
Let's see. Fly speed of 40 feet.
Better than mine.
If you overload it with weight, it'll be at half speed.
Wait, but just if I jump on it, it won't be overloaded, will it?
No. Up to 60, Jesus, 600 pounds normally.
I just look at Colt and I'm like, hop on. Does Colt want to hop on? On his turn.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hold like some sort of dash action for like once Colt's hopped on, we can get closer to the dragon.
I think the dragon's coming to us. I mean, but if this is what you want to do.
You don't have to jump on, like, if you think it'd be better not to. Well, but yeah.
I've seen a rug get destroyed really easily in the past. They're flammable.
Oh, did they? Alright, in which case, you know what, I will just hold... What is this? Let me just double check. So when he if he comes forward next turn, will he be within 60 feet?
Let's see, if he were to move at his maximum possible speed. Let's see. We've got... It's going to be 170... It's going to be pretty close. If he moves his maximum a bit, he's going to be at 150.
Now we're moving closer too.
Okay.
Oh.
True. So I might
hit the wrong one, excuse me. I was like, no, that's really, really low. Should be 80 and 80. He's going to be within 50 feet, exactly, yeah.
So I'm gonna hold an action to cast a spell. But actually I might not cast, just in case he doesn't move his full speed. I don't want to waste a high level spell slot. So I might just do a 3rd level Chaos Bolt, which will be within that amount anyway, instead of the spell I was thinking of. And just hold the action for when he gets within 120 feet. I want to cast a 3rd level Chaos Bolt at him.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the end of my turn.
So you're going to start holding that Chaos Bolt. Good. See, at the end of your turn, he's already done wing attack. What else do we got? Yeah. Could attempt a... He's just going to make a perception check instead. Rue.
I am gonna take another shot with the longbow. Nat 1, 14, awesome. I'm gonna use
Wind took
extra
it.
attack.
Wind took it.
Come on, there we go. All right, perfect. A 32.
That'll do it.
So that will be 10 damage plus another 8, so 18. And then I'll cast. No, I won't. He is too far away. Never mind. I will not be doing Hunter's Mark yet. So yeah, that'll be it.
All right. Emtrine. Dead ahead.
Forward.
All right. We're at 140 feet.
Boy.
It's looking like just a game of chicken. Okay. Next up, Radagast.
Making your frappuccino.
I was kind of describing the scene to Mr. Oh my gosh, I want to call him Meow, but I don't want. Like, I can't.
the ghost of Meow.
I know, I'm sat at it there, but like that before scene was like we had a fire that like missed a bolt. We had a ghost like run out a door, and there's like Radagast closely looking at like a dripping pot of coffee, like, and it's like just chaos ensuing. But anyways, he's finally getting the picture. He's kind of hearing all this now. He's on the bottom floor. Is there any windows on the bottom deck?
Yeah, we'd say, somewhere basically right outside the galley.
Okay, so I think for just cool factor, spare me this and say like I can see like a little light shining out a crack of the side of it, and I'm gonna cast Conjure Elemental and Air Elemental through there, and he's gonna be like outside the ship as like a buddy now for us.
All right. Let's see. Had a Catobleep is handy. We'll just give you this big ape for now. All right, right outside the window, Air Elemental.
Rather large. No, don't get him near anyone. That's
Well, as far out as you need him, but you know what I mean.
I kind of want him like in front of the ship,
Front. Okay.
like charging with it. Like if the ship was going to take a blow, maybe he'll take it first.
Sir, that's a gorilla? No, I'm just kidding.
It's an air gorilla. Leave it alone.
Okay.
All right. So Colt and Vel from somewhere. Now all of a sudden this large puffy cloud thing that has two arms and other, everything else is kind of formless and shapeless. Just
I kind of like the cloud gorilla.
Cloud gorilla. All right.
But yeah.
And was that everything for you?
That was my action, and I'll use my movement to kind of Radagast style, like just kind of barely, like get to the ladder and peek his head out, like just barely look.
Are you going to mention to us that this air elemental is you're doing? Just out of curiosity.
You've
Seen him do this
seen
before.
an elemental from him before?
Have I? Have we?
I feel like we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
We
can
have-
look at
we
it,
have.
keep you guys
Then-
updated.
Then that's fine.
So, I mean, you might question it.
All right.
Phil,
if I
but
see
yeah.
one before, I'm going to assume it's you.
And it's like definitely not looking at you guys in a hostile way, but yeah, I'm just gonna like peek my head above it, but there's not too much I can really do after that action and movement. So
All right. We'll have you at the top deck if that's where you want to be.
not really the
20 got you
top
to
deck, like
window.
on the ladder, like barely peeking his head out. Like I said, he is absolutely terrified.
All
He
right.
thinks- what he thinks this is. If he hears what he hears, like he is shivering.
Fair enough. Then Colt, we're back up top with you.
Okay. The dragon's at 140 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Colt will swing up his musket, bonus action steady aim, and hold fire. His range is 120, so who's drawing?
I'm sorry. I'm having fun.
Clearly. As soon as the dragon comes within 120 feet, he will shoot.
Okay.
That's it.
Burt Reynolds.
I sent you a message, Buck, in Discord. It's gonna influence my
Not
next
by
action.
not by the force of any thruster. No, it's the will of Amatrine's magical might, just kind of like floating it.
Okay, so it's floating it, so she could effectively maneuver it in really any way that she wants them.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so Bert is going to ready action the clamps. And he's going to kind of shout out to Amatrine very quickly. Amatrine, when the dragon gets close, can you drop beneath it and point the bow? Is it the bow? Is that the front of the ship?
Yep.
And point the bow at its belly.
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right. That's.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh.
Oh, that's so normal.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and
You're
so
copyrighted.
he'll ready. Yeah, right. So he'll ready action the clamps. And yeah, the idea, if Amatrine wants to, is kind of duck
So-
underneath the dragon as it.
You guys are heading each other nose to nose, so you want to kind of like bring it down flat.
I was thinking is because there's no gravity's weird on the ship, is we fully like as we're like coming down, we fully just like Tokyo drift like and clamp it
Yes.
on from
Oh my
like from top.
Here's the
My
problem with
thought.
that.
But like
Here-
we can go underneath.
Dragon
that's
belly
easier.
probably softer than dragon back scales would be my thought on that. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
think IV has the mechanics for that specifically, but we can. It's
Maybe
like,
60. Maybe
Yeah, I
70.
mean, that was where whichever happens to be, like I don't really care. It's just
It
as
doesn't
as,
matter.
as
to me.
a
We can go under.
as a yeah
I just think,
theater of the mind.
yeah, like
It just seems like a cool idea either way. If we can kind of dodge at the last second and point up or down,
Yeah.
I don't care which way.
yeah, we can do that. I can level us out and we can hit it for the belly.
That'd be dope.
Okay. So he is going to move his initial 80, which will put him at 60 feet. So we'll stop when he hits 120. Colt and Vel, go ahead and roll your attacks.
It's a 15 to hit for me.
29.
Okay. Any die changes?
Nah.
Okay. Colt, you hit. Vel, yours goes wide, narrowly missing Croft on the way down.
Yo, sorry, Croft.
Ooh. That's a good one.
Croft's too focused holding on.
Alright, that is a total of, with sneak attack, 56 points of damage.
Yeet.
Love sneak attack.
All right. That hurt. And as he draws closer, and I can finally put him on the board,
Uh-oh.
Yay.
Uh-oh.
We'll use Alistair. He's the closest dragon I have in hand.
Oh,
Let's see.
little tiny guy.
the
no
gorilla.
big-
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
No big deal.
Perfect. Wow, I literally had him right where that would be. That's awesome.
Just a little guy. No big deal.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Little guy.
Just a baby.
And then
No, ABCs.
He's a baby.
I guess Croft is over here, isn't he?
you guys will have to work with me here. This is a 60-foot cone. He's got a 90-foot cone.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
That's 60, 70, 80, 90. So it's going to be anyone up front. Elian, I
ran
think
out.
you are just barely 10 feet past this. Because if I, let's see. 5,
I'll be
10,
fine.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50,
Well,
55,
I'm
60,
regretting my
65,
decision.
75, 80, 85, 90. No, actually, Elian, you're there too.
Yeah, I hate either way. I'm fine. I'm chilling.
Just your front three. He opens up his mouth, and this large icy crystal blast just rips across the front. Eric, roll a Constitution save for your air elemental, and then Colt, Vel, Elian, I need a con save.
Con save.
Con
What type
save.
What type
No.
of damage is
Ruh-roh.
that? I guess it's frost damage.
Cold. Yep.
Old.
Cold damage.
24.
Yeah, I don't got resistance to that. Con, you said?
Yeah.
Con.
Okay, hang on. Let me just really quickly. What was? Hang on. There's the ring did something. I just don't remember which it was.
It's for Dex.
Dexterity.
Okay,
Shit.
Dex. Okay. Cool. Oh fuck. Inspiration. 14. Still not
Okay.
great.
What are we rolling? Con save?
Yep, con save.
I have one inspiration in that.
Very nice.
Wow. That the
Elian,
air-
you're the only one who fails.
Oh my god.
Everybody else passes. Those who pass will take half, unless any perks and yada yada. It is 86 cold damage.
Oh my Jesus.
Is that A6 halved or A6?
No, 86 is the whole.
Okay. Jesus.
I'm gonna hurt this mother. Oh, can I take a reaction?
With Hellish Rebuke,
Hellish
I assume.
Rebuke?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me do that in a second. I gotta calculate my
Hellish
damage
Rebuke
first.
does have a range of 60 feet, so
Okay,
he's
wait.
just a little too far out.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Hang on. There's something else I can do, but let me really quickly. How much damage is it?
86.
86.
86. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you just type in the damage
And
D&D
also-
Beyond,
No, because I gotta get rid of my. Okay, so 65.
it should
And then
Oh,
not to
you're right.
overload
It'll
you.
do it on its own. 86. I forgot.
But when
about
you're
that.
done, I need you to roll me another Constitution save,
Alright,
this time for
murder someone.
concentration.
I'm gonna murder this guy specifically. Okay, hang on. Let me hang on. There was a thing I could. Let me just check real quick.
And
Oh.
I love how the DC for this is 10 or half the damage, whichever's higher, and you're going to lose concentration. There's no way you're rolling a 43.
God damn it. I'm so upset. Ah, sucks. I'm not chilling. Make an opportunity attack. Okay, wait. You can cast. You can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack to cast a spell that has casting time of 1 action and target only that creature.
Okay. But do you have stipulations inside your spirit form about what spells you can cast?
Yeah, like I can do necrotic or necromancy and the other one.
Yep. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah. So I can cast 1 spell though, right? That does 1
That
action.
fits within those criteria.
Okay, so Finger of Death should be fine then, shouldn't it?
Let's see. I believe that would be necromancy. Let's just
It
take a
is.
look. That is still 60 feet.
So what? He's too far?
Yeah, he's at 90 feet from you.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, so upsetting. Oh, I'm actually gonna have to fight. Okay. like
Son of a
okay,
bitch.
hang on. I could probably do Eldritch Blast then. Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do Eldritch Blast. I'm lying. Hang on. Give me a second.
Processing.
I gotta figure out because it's like what is it? Conjuration is the other
I
one.
was gonna say, I mean, technically, it's not an opportunity attack because
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
leaving or
Yeah.
entering your. It's not leaving or
Yeah.
entering your. I use the same character. I have the same exact thing on another character.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not leaving or entering your attack distance. That's when you get the opportunity attack, or
Yep.
unless you have like a.
Warcaster.
Yeah,
Well, I have Warcaster, yeah.
but it's. Oh, so I guess, but it's not entering your range, your attack range yet. It's still not within.
Well,
It
Eldritch
says-
Blast it would, but everything
Yeah.
Alien does have
I
is
can't
just
even
too far
do- I
out,
can't
or you
do
can't
Eldritch-
cast.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
you're in quite the pickle here.
Sucks. Okay. Fine. I'll roll Constitution again. Ah.
Well, you don't
I
have
have
to.
to-
You will
Ah!
fail it.
Can I get this inspiration? My last inspiration.
Don't burn it. It's a DC 43. You can't roll it.
It's in that one.
Well, you're gonna have to take it.
Okay.
I'll let you burn the inspiration, but boy,
Kid.
oh
No,
boy.
I don't want to burn
Yeah,
the
don't.
inspiration.
There's no
think,
point.
think it
I'm not
through.
doing it. I'm not doing it.
All right. So that was a big one there.
Oh.
What'd you lose concentration on?
My spirit form.
Your spirit form.
So you're now down. You're
Yeah.
down.
Your
down.
fingers
I'm
are
in
gone.
the basement again. I'll wake back up. I'm like, what the frick?
All right.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Going well.
Very
No,
nice.
do not.
Very nice.
It went terribly.
All right. So then it will be your turn, Alien.
Okay, so he's he's already screaming, and I think because of the what's it called, the thing that happened with the which makes him like loud. He's extra
Oh
loud.
yeah, yeah.
So he's just
your
like,
magical
"What the
effect.
fuck?" Okay. So he's gonna get out of the closet. No explanation to his mom. Go back up here, and then so that's what 15.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15. Yep.
15, 20, 25, 30. And then how much is movement? How much movement is a what's it called?
A dash.
Dash, yeah.
It's double your movement.
So
You get to
60?
move 60 instead of 30 yet.
well, okay, I want to do 5, 10, 15, 20. Wait, hang on. Where was I here? Wait, hang on. 15, 20, okay. Sorry. Okay, wait. 5, 10,
15?
20. I'll go here. Cause I can hit him from here, right? He's enough.
Where Colt is standing would be 60 feet, yeah.
Okay, so I'm standing next to him. Okay, am I able to go here?
You can, although it is not a great surface.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna go here then.
Mm-hmm.
That's 30, so that's doesn't matter. Cause I'm gonna get hit anyway, so I don't really care. I just want to hit this guy, so I don't really think I can do anything though, cause that was my action, right?
Yep.
Oh man. Actually, okay, you know what? Hang on. Sorry. Okay, wait. I can move back,
Roller
right?
coaster, man.
Boy.
You could not take that move, yeah.
Okay, because I think I'm gonna stay here. So I'm still,
Yep. And
Here, wait.
so we're
I
not
want
taking
to-
dash.
because I want to get out of his. How far would I have to be out of his radius?
Out of that 90-foot cone, right
Yeah.
where you're standing.
Okay. Okay. Wow. I was literally I was here. I could have
Yeah.
been here and I would have been fine.
Yeah.
That's so upsetting. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so that's perfect then. So I'm gonna stay here so I'm out of the 90-foot cone radius so that I can move here next time. So that means I still have an action. Right now,
Indeed.
if I don't take the dash action. So you know what? I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this motherfucker.
Sounds like a good idea.
There you
Say
go.
hello to my little friend.
Solid.
My little friends. Okay, let me just check. 8.
You ever seen Scarface?
No. No. Okay. I'm gonna do Rollatham Psychic Lance instead of Eldritch Blast. Because it does more damage. Are you laughing at me?
Yes,
laughing at
yes, I'm laughing at you.
It's you.
Yes. Yes.
I have tabletop blocking the screen, so I couldn't tell who was laughing at
There's
me.
like multiple
Okay.
timelines, so you're just you're going.
I'm trying to figure out what Okay, I had a plan.
Just do it.
And
Just
it
do
didn't
it.
go according to
Just
plan.
do
Okay,
it.
I have to wait. It's an intelligence saving throw, so this guy's got to do it. Calm down. I'm just kidding.
Wow, he passes.
Well,
Look at that.
on a target
I'm
must take,
surprised.
on a failed save, the target takes 76 psychic
He's gonna
damage.
take half, and he's not incapacitated.
Yeah, he's fine. I just want to. Okay, here.
Still roll your damage as
Wait,
normal, but
And. Okay, so 27 divided in 2, but also, and I'd like to transform that into
13.
necrotic damage and add an
Okay.
extra D8 of, oh no, sorry, not D8, D6 of, okay, this freaking thing is in the way. D6 of, damage, and that's, my ghostly gaze or something like that. What?
Somebody just broke me. Oh, it's fucking awesome. Share that with the group when you have a chance.
You can thank Chibi for that one.
Okay. Actually, so what would you say, 18 or... What is it, 13?
Yep, 13 would have been the half damage. Yep,
Plus
and he's not
5,
incapacitated.
So 15,
Plus
16,
5.
17, 18
Yep.
damage. 18 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh, man. You want to share with the class?
See, Radagast, what was the save for your air elemental, by the way?
The save, it was 29.
Okay, perfect. It took the half of the 86. And then you said it got a 9.
That's true.
For initiative, yeah.
Okay. And that'll put you just after Rue, but before Ametry. Alright. Wow. That's great. Okay. Is that everything you got? Ellie?
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Radagast.
Yep, is that all you got?
Because you said something about air elemental. I think so. Let me just double check, like Doctor Strange.
Calculating all the events across different timelines.
That was really funny.
Well,
like
while you do that, that is also hilarious. But whatever you're going to do won't stop him from doing this legendary action. So I'm
Well-
going to try to resolve this while you're looking.
I'm pretty sure I'm good. Like I don't really got nothing else.
Okay. Let's see. Croft, at the end of Elian's turn, we've got Cryovane doing one extra large gust. I need a dex save.
Sure, maybe I won't roll like garbage.
I
Possible.
believe.
It's possible.
Hold on tight.
19.
I'm so upset.
It's a little better.
Okay. You grip on as tight as you can, and Cryovane's wings beat down upon you. You're going to be knocked loose and fall prone.
Oh. Big yikes.
So as Cryovane lurches forward half its speed, anyone on the top deck watches Croft just flick off the tail.
Yep, there he goes.
Oh my god.
He's a well-trained merc. He has a plan.
Purdue.
Well, if it goes as well as the first
Plans
one.
and plans.
There is bludgeoning damage associated with the attack there, and it is 17.
Sweet.
He is then going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. What's the range on your air elemental, Eric? Like, what's its melee attack range?
melee attack range.
Yeah, does it have
5
one?
feet.
Okay. It can make an opportunity attack if it wishes.
Oh yeah. And you weren't that close to their elemental, were you? That time when you did the breath attack, you were pretty far back, right?
I was about like 30-ish feet in front of it when I did the breath attack.
Yeah, you were in space. Yeah, you're good. So I'll roll to hit then.
Because this time it's going to start swooping off to one side of the ship, and it flies pretty damn close past the front.
Ooh, that's a
within
crit.
range. All right, that'll hit.
Yo!
Absolutely.
We
So
got this. We got this, Bert.
I believe.
okay.
I do want to
Cool,
make
I
note
touched
that
that.
it seems to have started to swoop away from the claw. Now, I do want to be clear. Did you have a readied action to fire that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then go ahead and resolve that while Radagast is beating this thing's ass. The roll to hit with the
27
claw,
damage.
27, very nice. It is a +6 to hit.
That's a 24 to hit.
So it goes to swoop up to the side. The jaws release. Clamp. You got yourself a dragon on the jaws.
Yo, let's
And
go.
4d10 piercing.
What'd you do to his jaws?
So on the front of your lamprey is a large grappling hook that can shoot out
Oh, that
10
thing.
feet.
Gotcha.
23 damage.
Nice.
Nice.
And both of our speeds are reduced to 0.
It does not like that. That being said, your lamprey has taken about 86 damage out of its 250.
Wow.
From?
This weapon?
The breath weapon.
Oh, I didn't realize that the ship took that as well.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be going down in a minute.
All right.
We're good.
I'll race you.
It's okay. We can all fit on the magic carpet. We'll be fine.
So then, that all resolved.
Oh.
Croft, you've been flung free of the dragon. You are falling quite fast.
Sure. What's below me?
Well,
Air right
couple
now.
100 feet below you is going to be the top of this fortress here, which I will move back into the view.
Okay, so we are above the mountain.
Yes.
Cool. Ooh, this is plans among plans.
So let's get him clenched in the jaws here.
No, I'll do the thing that keeps me alive. I'll go ahead and dimension door back onto the ship.
All right. Where do you want to land?
Just the deck of the ship, like middle of the ship.
All right.
Yeah, that works. And then gonna bonus action. What's the thing called? Unsettling words. So I insult the dragon's heritage in Draconic, and it has a 1d10 minus to the next saving throw it makes. Till the start of my next turn.
All right. Well, you guys are doing good here. Anything else for you, sir?
That'll do it.
Vel?
right. Sorry, I muted for a second there. I will. So the dragon. Sorry, I have been hard to keep up. Is it within 60 feet of me?
Oh yes, most definitely 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver.
About 40 feet. Okay.
Which is a DC 18 Intelligence saving throw.
Hey, perfect timing.
All right, and then yes, what is the number you rolled on your bardic inspiration?
Oh, you won't. I can roll it.
Yeah.
-8.
Nice. Okay. So that would make it fail, but it chooses to succeed instead.
Okay, I don't believe it takes any damage from that. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about a failure, so I think it's just done. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna just look at Crofts and... I mean, he's still falling, right?
Oh no, he's
I
not
managed to throw it back. Yeah.
You kind of watched him disappear as he started to fall.
Okay, oh yeah, okay, sorry. A little bit. As I said, I'm gonna bonus action Draconic Transformation. I'm like looking at Croft and yelling, "Hey, that was kind of cool. Wish I could be like you." And then I kind of transform.
Nice.
So I get blind sight, so I can see any invisible creature within 60 feet, and I get a breath weapon of a 60-foot cone, which I can, as a bonus action, and when I cast the spell, do, and I get 60 feet flying speed. And it's a concentration spell. So I'm casting that.
Alright.
And I am, when I cast that spell, sorry, is anyone in front of, can I just have moved so that there's no one in front of me and I can cast a 60-foot cone to the dragon?
Sure. The only one who you may hit, depending on how you do it, would be the air elemental, but you could always maneuver it in such a way as for that to not happen. So something like this would work. Oh, and it just flung all over the place, but you just catch my drift.
Well, yeah, I will try and avoid hitting any allies as much as possible. So then that's a DC 18 dexterity saving throw, which he's probably good at, but I thought this would be a good thing to have anyway.
Well, unfortunately, he will have to burn another legendary resistance because that is a fail.
Wonderful. So he takes half of 68 anyway. Look, I'll just check that it's 68. Sorry, not 68, 68. Yeah, so I'll just roll that. Nope, I've been clicking on D6s. That is not helpful. So he takes half of this damage, which comes to loading 32. So he takes 16.
Okay.
Force, and that's force damage.
He kind of gets shell-shocked for a moment. He's not looking good.
And then I'm going to... so with the 60-foot fly speed, I kind of want to maneuver so that, like, ideally just as far away from, like, preventing him from catching too many people in cones and stuff, so further away from people, but still kind of close enough to him to hit him with stuff. Does that make kind of sense?
Yeah.
Probably just out to the right a bit.
So, like, maybe about 15, 20 feet off to the right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Just to try and avoid getting people clumped together.
That'll work.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Rue, Cryovane's been grappled by the jaws at the front of the lamprey.
Oh no. Longbow. Hang on. Alright, that'll be a 28.
Mm-hmm.
And 6. So 11 damage. Plus 8. Plus 2. So 10. And then I'll make another shot with the longbow. 27.
Yeah. That'll do.
7 damage plus another 7, and that'll be it.
Definitely not looking good. 2 more arrows Knocked in. All right, air elemental.
The air elemental's going to approach the dragon, fly towards the dragon as a screaming cyclone, and he's going to do his slam wind attack at it.
All right.
All right, so it's gonna be a D20 and a D8. 19 plus 1. It's gonna be a dirty 20. 20 hit.
Yep.
Excellent. It's a 2d8 plus 5. 9. About 14 damage.
All right.
Magical bludgeoning, and then the second hit's gonna come. Gosh, my computer's so slow. I don't know why I rolled the 8. That should have been actually more than that. But anyways, it's 18. 26 to hit.
Oh, 26. Yep, 26 will work.
And rolling the 2d8. Oh, that's really bad. That's gonna be 3 plus 5, so 8 magical bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And since I'm like not right in front of its face, I'm gonna say like I'm more on its like side, like hovering with the air elemental now.
Okay.
And then I will end my turn there.
All right. End of the turn.
And then if that happens, each creature in the elemental space must make a DC 13 saving throw.
Dex.
Strength.
All right, that'll be a pass.
All right, then nothing happens.
All right. End of its turn. Cryvane's going to try to make a tail attack against it. What's its AC?
15.
All right. That will land, barring any interruptions. All right.
All good.
Then we are looking at 24. Straight up bludgeoning.
Okay. 9, 7, 4, 24. Alright, it's barely alive. It's got 19 left.
Excellent. Emtrine.
Now, I have some logistic questions for you.
Sure.
How long does it take for me to disconnect from the lamprey?
Let's see. Breaking attunement to items, we've said was instantly. That would be pretty much it, yeah?
How long, and it's an action to retune?
A minute, but yes.
Oh. No.
Don't do it.
That's not a...
Don't do it.
You're in auto hover mode.
Is there an autopilot, like, hover mode?
Like just hovering.
Let's see. You
It's
can
like-
transfer attunements to somebody else. That's about it.
Okay, I'm gonna yell at Eliza that I may need you up here in the helm.
Say no more.
Also,
Ship?
no.
Oh, shit. Disappointing.
Also, she can cast Mending. Can Mending fix the ship and regain the ship's hit points?
No, that'll need to be actually like repaired a little bit more.
Okay. And finally, is it possible to disrupt the lamprey's cover system so that it grabbing onto Cryovane, uses the weight of the lamprey to pull it down?
Well, the way that I've always seen this working and why neither one can move is you're kind of like the chain that holds it out to 10 feet is now retracted and you're basically like holding him there up front. And at that point, yeah, it's not moving anywhere.
Right, but I don't want to move the ship necessarily. But
Well, you can't move the ship.
But what about
I
gravity?
can't move the ship, but I want to use the weight of the ship to pull it down.
To pull what down?
The dragon,
And us.
basically.
It's firmly against your ship. It can't go down.
Right, but can I just drop?
You could drop it. Well, Bert could drop it.
No. Drop it out of the drop out of the sky.
Like,
Use
drop the ship.
stop
out of the
hovering. I think is what she's saying. Stop hovering and allow us to drop out of the sky temporarily.
The only way that's gonna happen is if you get out of that chair.
Okay, don't do that.
Almost dead.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I feel like we're making it a little too cute here.
Trying to, and I can't.
Now,
use
that
spells
being
while
said, right. That would be a really cool sequence, though, and I'd be down to see it play out. Because once that turns off,
That's 6 turns.
That's 10 turns.
6 turns.
Is it 10 turns? Oh, it is 10
it's
turns.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Shit. It's 10 turns. Like how far are we to the ground? Like how long would it take us to fall to the ground?
9 turns.
well, to get to the ground now, I'll give you a safe estimate at 4 turns. That's being generous.
We would die.
No, we would be fine. It would be so badass.
In that case, yeah, I will just use my turn to call to Eliza and say I could use you up here.
Okay. All right. She's going to begin dashing her way up there.
Like there's nothing else I can do. Like literally.
She's going to be right at the front door, basically, this turn. We'll just stick Avison up there for right now. All right. Yeah, and to note, your gravity would not persist when you're out of the chair either, so that would spell disaster. Unless you could fly.
Yeah, no, like I mean, yeah. Well, we can, but like that's not an issue. I'm more concerned about the
All
than
right.
my body, but
So then, Radagast, you're up.
After ducking from that, after seeing, like, I basically was like in the little hidey hole before fully emerging from the ladder. I'm going to go to that ballista that hasn't been shot yet. That's right by me, and shoot it.
You have to take a turn to swing it around, though. It's not facing the dragon.
A whole turn. What? That makes
One
action?
turn to aim.
One turn to aim.
Yeah, well, one action to aim, one action to load, one action to fire. All guns are already loaded, at least, but one action to aim.
I remember those things are lame.
Yeah. And they only do 3d10 piercing as well, which isn't anything to sneeze at, but you might be able to do more on your own.
I can.
I can.
I'm just going to cast the heal spell on Elian. You're gonna get healed for 80 HP, and then I'm gonna go back to my hole because I'm terrified.
Thank you.
Fair enough. All right. At the end of
Is it only the healing for one person? Just because I will exceed my 80. Like I only need like 65. So if you can give it to like the rest of somebody else, if possible. If not, that's fine. But like.
I wish I could, but I cannot.
Okay, that's fine then. I appreciate it. Thank you.
top of the round, Colt.
What's the distance of the dragon to me? Is it roughly
50.
Oh, 50. Okay. Colt will bonus action, steady aim, and take a deep breath, breathe out, and take a shot.
All right, let's see it.
That's a natural 20.
That'll do it.
Okay, that is...
Remember to double your dice.
Yes, that is Well, 1 and a 12 on damage die for the musket, so that's nice. So 19 plus. Come on. Hold on to your butts. That's a lot of dice. Come on, digital die. Slip down there. Oh boy. So a total of 82 points of damage.
All right. Cryovane goes unconscious in the jaws of the grapple.
Colt goes, boom. That's it.
Burt
In
Reynolds.
the jaws of the grapple.
Nice.
It's an action to release the grapple, by the way.
Yeah, I want to see this dragon fall out of the sky. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
I'll spend my action to release the dragon and watch him fall to its death.
Whoop.
Let's see. Unless, so, like, just in case anyone was curious, I've been giving people the benefit of the doubt of, like, oh, okay, you know, your normal feather falling is 60 feet. But just to be clear, you do fall 500 feet per turn without it. So when you let this thing go, splat.
Nice.
Nice.
So
I do
you're
feel bad we didn't even talk with it.
so you're gonna use the action to let it go?
Question.
Yeah.
Is Croft below where the dragon is going to fall?
No. He's back on the ship.
He's on the deck.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Fuck that dragon.
That
I
would be
really
too funny. All right. So you watch these jaws and dump the dragon's body into the air as he descends, taking a whopping 20d6 bludgeoning damage on the fall, which will be 2 death saves against him.
Can I roll the damage?
Sure. I have just rolled it, but let's see what you roll. I hope you roll higher.
That was so satisfying. Sorry, it's resolving.
It's a big ass load of dice.
66 damage.
Okay. 66 damage on it and 2 saves. You guys are about roughly a third of its health and negative. Is that everything you can do?
Oh, please. Sorry. Still not very familiar with this character. I believe that is all I can do. So that's my turn.
All right. Cryovane falls, slamming into the top of the fortress, the walls of which seem to begin to cave in and crumble. He does not fly out of the rubble. Cryovane is dead.
Let's go down there
Hell yeah.
next time.
That was
That was
crazy.
awesome.
Wow. That was way too easy.
Was it?
Well,
Was it though?
yeah. That's what happens when I set an adult dragon in a place and you guys come back when you're level 16.
Yeah. That
Not
was,
anymore, you're not. You're level
I
17.
thought it would be a lot more hero.
Ooh yeah, let's go.
An old story milestone. All right. Well,
That was
I mean,
so
we were
satisfying.
gonna come back and get to this, but we got sucked through a portal.
a lot happened.
A lot happened.
So, with it being almost 1,
Yeah.
I'd like to go ahead and wrap up. But make sure to level your guys' sheets up for next week. We'll be hitting level 17, which is a big thing for any of you pure spellcasters. That is official 9th level spell territory. So
Wait, is that the wish spell territory?
I am so
That-
excited.
that is possibly
yeah,
wish.
that's my god. That's
Finally.
my spell.
Power
Oh
killing
boy,
master.
oh
I'm so
boy.
excited. I'm so ready.
There's
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
of
You
choices we
guys,
have to make,
I'm
and
so
we can
excited.
most definitely discuss. But Colt, lead us out.
Next week on the Longshots Dungeons and Dragons. So, what was inside that dragon hoard just below? What will Colt think when he finds out Eliza's alive? Is Colt going to sleep with Vel and Elian's mother?
No, he will not.
Maybe! Find out that and more on a very special Longshots Dungeons and Dragons, possibly after dark. We'll see you next week.
Possibly.
Bye.
Possibly.
Bye.
Roll for awkwardness.
Bye.